Hello there, my little lovebirds, and welcome to the Cage Cruise Marriage Simulation, powered by Dub Talk. For the next few hours, you'll be locked in our cages so that you can get out all your steamy marital affairs. Well, the kinks of that anyway, but mostly actually having to live like an actual married couple. Oh, so let's get some ground rules. Remember that there might be language and situations that are not suitable for all audiences, so that listeners' discretion is advised. We don't care if you do it doggy or missionary, or if you're just doing the dishes. And remember that there are spoilers for More Than a Married Couple, but Less Than Lovers, as well as any and all other series. So if you haven't watched them yet, you should come back later. You know, a little NTR spoiler time. And finally, remember that anything that happens in the Cage Cruise marriage simulation is that of the individual participants and do not reflect Dub Talk as a whole. Now, let's see, we've paired you all up and we've prepared some rooms. So there's all the stuff you'll need inside, like sponges and bug spray and cute little coupley slippers. So have a good time and maybe you'll come out with a ring on it.
Hello, young lovers, and welcome to another episode of Dub Talk, the podcast where a group of wedding planners talk about the latest and greatest in English anime dubs. And no, your calendar does not deceive you. It is, in fact, Valentine's Day, which means I am here, your girl Gigi, with my crew, Nowlu, Megan, and Stephanie, and we're all crowding into the cage for one night only so we can talk about this very special anime. Welcome, my cage crew. How are y'all doing tonight?
Mistress Gigi, let me please go home.
I like what you've done with the place. You've added the extra little heart cushions. I really like the decor of this cage this year. It's fantastic.
Thank you. I tried the neon lights and like the little lacy things. I tried to make it more romantic.
I mean, after what happened last year with the random hand puppets, I like this change a lot.
Yeah, only downside, what's with the chastity belts?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure about these.
It hurts really bad. How do I get this thing off?
I mean, I have some keys.
I have to pee.
Well, that's tough. You better hold it. If you, dear listener, don't know what the cage is, I invite you to travel back in time to our amnesia episode. But if you're here for the fresh vibes and don't have amnesia and remember it, the anime we're talking about this year has quite the mouthful of a title.
All I have to say before we get this out, the title out of your mouth, Gigi, Noah, you're in trouble. You can't get that belt off.
I know. Well, yes, absolutely. Are you talking about in like more than just a won't be able to pee sense, or am I in trouble for something I did and
I was making I was making a pee joke.
But now that you've said that, yes.
Always yes. Y'all.
The hole's not big enough.
That sounds like a personal problem.
If you raise your hand and ask real nicely, I'll give you the key. But first, let's name the show called, this took me a while, I actually had to look it up, More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers. Oh, I know. I love it so much. I thought there was like a yet in there, but there's not. It's translated this way. We'll take it.
Chalk it up to more light novels that have more words than brain cells.
This is a manga.
This is a manga.
Chalk this up to a manga that has more words than brain cells in it.
More Than a Married Couple is a 2022 anime produced by semi-new studio Mother that received a dub from our friends at Crunchyroll. It's based off a seinen manga, and I don't know about you, but I've been on a binge watch of all these romance seinen anime lately, which are cute, cuddly, hilarious, and oftentimes a little bit raunchy. Y'all know my shoujo trash brand. This is like the next generation. I don't quite know what to call it.
This is shoujo trash goes to college.
Shoujo trash, the next generation.
See, what I was gonna call this particular one was wholesome trash.
Wholesome trash.
That's a contradiction in terminology.
So
And-
recycling.
But it's still accurate for this fucking show.
We live by the brands, people. Oh, wow.
We eat, sleep, and breathe shoujo trash.
if we
Wouldn't
have to
this
define
technically
this
be recycling if it's wholesome trash?
It is shoujo recycling.
It's not.
It's a seinen. It's made for the boys.
Yeah, it's true. That,
Here we are.
Here we are. We're here. And it's not Rent a Girlfriend. Thank you.
God.
Thank
I
God.
picked this year.
Yay!
Not Rent a Girlfriend.
Yay!
For those of you who have never seen this show, here's a quick synopsis. But just keep in mind, we'll be spoiling every bright pink plot twist, okay? All right. So we're back in a high school setting for this rom-com drama, but this one is taking things back decades and decades, maybe even centuries, who knows. Here, boys and girls are, quote-unquote, supposedly randomly paired up for a marriage practical where they will live in dorms with a partner of their school's choosing, and the staff will spy on them Big Brother style, peeping on their every move and grading them according to some scale that's never been explained on how good of a fake marriage they have.
because if you put two horny high school students in the same room, unsupervised together, you know what they're going to do. Let's
Indirect
get it
kiss.
on.
Play Warhammer.
No.
God, what do you think
What-
goes on in here?
What
They're
the,
wholesome.
the fucking not existential. How you described it reminded me of, what the fuck is that book? It's not 1989, is it?
1984?
1985? 4?
Brave New World?
No,
They get
It's
spied on
George-
in 1984.
it's 19. It's 1984. By,
George Orwell.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
George
where
Orwell,
Big Brother
correct.
comes from.
Oh,
yeah. That's
I
Not
was
the
gonna say-
show.
I was gonna say, damn, when was George Orwell into anime titties?
Oh, I could
But
see
no,
that.
you
1983.
You were you were describing it, and that was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, what the fuck is that book called? 1984.
It is. It's
That's
Big
not-
Brother.
It's not an unapt description, though, because,
No,
like,
it's not.
okay, so I just want to ask everyone here.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys in either middle or high school have some kind of a home economic class where you had to take care of a stuffed animal or a doll or something to simulate?
Oh yeah,
taking
I
care of
too
kids?
also had to take care
No.
of like a sack of flour.
No, I went to
No.
Catholic school.
Okay,
We
the
didn't have
Catholic-
that.
I didn't
No
have that.
babies.
I had a home economics course where you learned how to cook and sew. That was my home ec course.
Okay,
We did not
no.
have to do that.
Okay.
So here's the thing about my high school. We did have a course that was basically like, we basically ran like a fucking daycare out of one of the classrooms at my high school. And there was a whole course you could take on like how to take care of kids in like a in like a daycare setting.
That's a separate class. It's like
and
how to take care of kids stuff.
some of the students would have to take care of a very, very loud animatronic baby.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh,
My
you took a
stepsister
step
they
had
have-
to do that.
And they would have to take it around to like all their fucking classes and stuff. And let me tell you that every single one of those girls are women I would never trust within 5 feet of my children.
No, my stepsister took took that kind of course where you had to like, it's like a parenting course or something or some shit.
Yeah.
That's what they offered in my high school, not like as part of like a home economics course. That was something completely different.
Yeah, no,
my
I went to
stepsister had do
Catholic
that.
school. They didn't want us to procreate, not until marriage, kids. In
Abstinence
fact,
is key.
Just remember, Gigi, that there's a loophole, and it's called going to fifth base.
what's fifth base?
We'll tell you when you're older.
Okay, I'll
The
wait.
magical,
All
mythical
right.
fifth base.
Well,
This conversation's going great. The only reason I
he's
brought that up
Listen, it's Valentine's Day. We're cramped in this goddamn cage again for what, the 4th, 5th year in a goddamn row? No, not
I think
longer
like
than that.
6,
No,
7
no, it's
year?
been. This is.
It's-
Yep. Let's
All
go
I
over the
know is
list here.
next
We
year
got a
it's my
playlist.
turn, and I'm not stupid enough to make us watch Rent-A-Girlfriend.
So okay, hold on.
I'm glad that came out.
Hold on. The
I got the
podcast will turn 10 next year.
We
Shut
started.
the fuck up!
I'm
I'm
so
not kidding.
old. We
It
started
started
with
in
Brothers
2015.
Conflict.
Brothers
This
Conflict.
is our 8th time doing a Valentine's episode. 8th
Oh my
time.
god, you right.
Yes.
Holy
This is-
shit.
And I didn't think there'd be any more, but apparently there was new trash because this just came out a year and a half ago.
Noah.
No,
there will always be more.
No,
always more trash. Always more
more
time for everyone. All right, before we let this get out of hand. And we'll tell you the list later.
Yeah.
Enter our protagonist of this love polygon, which is, yes, how it is described on Mal, a love polygon. We have Jiro, a huge nerd who just wants to play video games all the time, who is in love with quintessential nice girl Shiori, his childhood friend. He tried to confess his love when they were kids, but it didn't work out so well for him, and now there's so much tension. Oh my god. And then we have Akari, the spunky, pink-haired, popular Gyaro girl who's in love with the blonde everyman Minami. Now, does the school pair up who they probably should have paired up? Of course not. So now Jiro and Akari have to live together as husband and wife until the year is up. Unless, of course, they act as lovey-dovey as possible so they can be ranked in the top 10 couples where they could get the chance to switch to partners of their choosing. Will these two kill each other, or will they become more than a married couple, but not lovers? Or maybe lovers? We shall see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wrong and
Spoiler
awful
alert,
and
it gives you a read the manga ending.
or a
makes
wait
me
for
mad.
season 2 ending.
Good news, apparently the manga is actually licensed in the US.
Oh, fuck
The
yeah.
downside, it's Udon Entertainment.
It also hasn't come out yet. I did look up the spoilers
Damn it.
after I finished this for a second time because I had to know, because it just, oh my god, this anime.
They had us in the
Kills
first half,
me.
not gonna lie.
Oh
You
my
had me all
God.
hyped up. It was all licensed, and it's like, ooh, but you can't have it. Sorry.
And it's still ongoing, so who knows when it will all be done in English. So we're all hoping for a season 2. Maybe if this episode gets popular enough.
I would love a season. I unironically would love a season 2 of the show.
Me too. Remember what happened with Diabolic Lovers, kids? Let's make this happen with this show.
please.
For those of you who don't know, we'll tell you later, maybe. That's the spoilery drunk portion of the show.
I'd only ask for a continuation of the show on the condition that the dub staff stays on board for a 2nd, 3rd, and 10th season.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well,
I at least demand that the writers stay on this show.
Yes.
Bare
Speaking
minimum.
of the dub staff, y'all know I like to structure my episodes differently than everyone else because I don't care and I like to buck tradition. So I'm going to drop y'all the staff of this anime, and then everybody we're going to talk about in the cast, and then we're just going to go to town and talk about how much we love
Gigi?
lovers.
Gigi?
Yes.
Are we going to Pound Town?
We are going to Pound Town.
Yes!
Tonight we're going to go to Pound Town, and there's not even a dog in here. I got that dog in me. Okay.
I got that dog in me, and it's a $1.50 hot dog from Costco.
Listen,
never
so long as I
had
get
a
to hang with my
Costco.
hoes, that's all I care about right now.
Oh, yes. Your bitches, bros, and
Dialogue.
non-binary hoes. We're all here for you tonight. The director of this beautiful, beautiful piece of art is Jason Lord. And y'all are going to have to forgive me for these credits for most of these. I know you love it when I tell things that I know about that nobody else mentions. But I've been kind of living under a rock for a couple years, and these new anime, I have no idea what they are. I have seen some of these, however. He is also the director for Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, which I've seen some of. And then these, which I've seen none of, which is Dead Mount Deathplay and Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. What is that?
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is what happens when you get a bunch of fans excited and then proceed to just drop your pants, squat over the plate, and take a massive shit in front of them.
So it's not about somebody baking cookies in the shape of tools?
No, it's not.
Okay, so
right.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is the story of a guy who suddenly, like, one day has a talking lizard come up to him and is like, yo, you gotta save the world from being destroyed.
I'm
And
out.
you have to find this princess. And he's like, well, fam, nah, fuck that shit. And it turns out the girl is, like, his neighbor and she actually wants to destroy the world. But it's actually, like, a really, really good manga. Like, it's an exceptional manga by, like, a really beloved author. And he actually has another show airing this season. The one with the... Okay, not Demon Prince of Momochi House, but the other show with the fox guy.
The other show, the Fox guy?
Sengoku Yosura or something.
I know vaguely what you're talking about.
Yeah, basically, okay. I'm gonna ask this to at least Steph and maybe Noah. Do you guys know what the manga Spirit Circle is?
No.
I've heard of it. I have, but I don't know what it's about.
I own like the first volume. It's very hard to find, but it's basically Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer was a very beloved manga that got an absolutely shitty adaptation. Like
that's
beyond
what I've heard.
normal.
That's what I've heard too. I never watched
like
Biscuit Hammer, but I heard it was bad.
It makes Jet actively sad.
That's how bad it is. Jet gets sad. Oh no.
Yeah, and Dead Mount Deathplay is what if we let the Bakuno guy write like a horny anime?
Okay.
That's on my list to watch for funsies.
And Wish for Mercury is the second gayest Gundam.
This is true. I've been watching a lot of Gundam lately. Don't know why, don't ask. Aaron Roberts, Danny Chambers, and Sarah Ragdale assisted with the directing for this. And then, oh my god, we'll talk more about the writing in just a second, but Macy Ann Johnson is the head writer for this. And Emily Neves is our script supervisor. Macy Ann has written The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, which is hysterical. I'm the Villainess, So I'm Taming the Final Boss, which is the best villainous anime, Fight Me. And then
I love that show.
That's the blonde one. That's the blonde girl. That's why it's the best.
It's Alexis and John Bergmeyer.
I'm going to mispronounce this, but it's the elf anime that everybody likes right now. Frieren. She also wrote Frieren.
She also wrote Trigun Stampede, I believe, as well.
Yes, she did.
I didn't watch that.
I did. It's actually pretty good. It's not that bad.
I didn't watch the first one.
You don't need to.
You don't have to. Oddly enough.
Yeah, it's a total reboot. Also, it gave me an anxiety attack.
Oh, no. None of that. All right, let's talk about people who hopefully won't give us anxiety attack. The best friends of our Beskiaru Akari are Natsumi, who's like the cat girl. She's played by Molly Zhang, who was Anri Kaido in Aoashi, and I'm the only person who watched that. That's fine. Enna Saito from Laid Back Camp, and Hachimitsu from Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie has another pink-haired girl in it. I'm
gonna be real. My boyfriend has said he also watched Aoashi.
This is why me and your boyfriend get along, because he also has watched Blue Lock. Soccer anime, FT dubs.
I gotta watch Blue Lock.
You do. And then we have Sachi, who's the girl with the ponytail, who's like super cool and chill. I like her a lot. She is played by Corey Pettit, who played Sawa Sugimoto in Kageki Shoujo, Aura the Guillotine, my mom would murder me, in Frieren, and also Carol in Buddy Daddies. Then I know, I watched Buddy Daddies, most of it.
So cute.
For Shiori's best friend, we have Mei Hamano. She's played by Meg McLean, who was Rachel in Angels of Death, and then Annie in Batgirl. I don't know what that is, but she was bolded on it. And then my trash that I love, she played Arizona in Azure Lane. Not that Arizona is trash, but Azure Lane. The girls are both.
Azure Lane is token Rompu for boys.
I really like Azure Lane. I don't know why. It is just garbage, and I love it.
Listen. DMMD Games knows how to design a gacha.
Oh my god, the figures for that are insane. They're so beautiful.
So are the token Rompu ones.
I know, I have both. It's just crazy. We have Terafune, who's like this random orange-haired guy who shows up in the middle of the anime, who I guess is friends with the boys. He's played by Justin Briner. We all know him as Deku in My Hero Academia. We know him as Grown-Up Momonosuke, woo, from One Piece. I watch a lot of One Piece now. You're all shocked. And in Ensemble Stars, he plays Sumugi from Switch.
Good boy.
He's the blue-haired guy with the glasses.
I will say this, though. Justin and Megan McLean's character are married together in the practical, I think.
Yes, you are correct. Yeah. I keep always, like, the first time around, I kept thinking that Meg McLean's character was married to Kamo, who's the next guy we're going to talk about, but that's not accurate.
We don't know who he's married to.
See, it comes off like that in the beginning when like you kind of think it is, but then you learn it's Terafune who's married to whose partner is May.
and he just like randomly shows up in the middle. We're here for it though. We have Kamo, who is our boy Jiro's green-haired bestie. He is played by Derek Snow. We'll talk a lot about Derek Snow later.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Who plays everybody that I know? Our favorite dog and yours, Lowen from Dance with Devils.
Fuck yeah.
He plays Ego, the best, craziest villain dude ever in Blue Lock. And he also plays Natsume in Ensemble Stars. What? Derek Snow. That's Derek Snow.
Yeah.
There's more for Megan, but those were mine.
Oh, could easily be here talking about Derek Snow's girls forever.
I know. And then we get to like our main three like love triangle-ish characters. We have Shiori, who is the best friend, played by Macy Ann Johnson, who wrote the piece. She played Hardgore Alice in my spell check did it wrong, but it is Hardgore Alice from Magical Girl Raising Project, which won so many W's from me. She plays Shikimori, and Shikimori is not just a cutie, and Chiyuki in Smile Down the Runway, which you longtime Dub Talk listeners have heard wonderful things about. I remember.
I love Smile Down the Runway.
Me too. We have my girl and yours, Akari, your best girl, Gyaru. She's played by Lindsay Shepard, who plays Erica in A Couple of Cuckoos, Claire Francois in I'm in Love with the Villainess, another villainous anime, and Kusuri Yakuzan in 100 Girlfriends. And then our main male pro tag of the show, our boy Jiro. I'm going to pronounce this wrong too, so somebody correct me. Ben Balmaceda.
Balmaceda, close enough.
Balmaceda, who has played Hanamachi Sakuragi in the first Slam Dunk movie. That was a trip. He plays Pedro in One Piece, and he plays, oh no, I spelled the name wrong. Rido in the show with the little girl who doesn't talk.
Ahara-san.
Yes. Yes, he does that rap thing.
Yeah.
Now he has two memes coming for him, because I just found out that a big ass meme from this anime like recently just happened with over 500,000 views.
Wait, what?
The parfait coffee making scene went viral.
Really?
Extra whipped cream.
They knew what they were fucking. They knew what they were fucking doing.
Now okay, like I can see why that would go viral.
I'm sad that was the scene that went viral and not Ben Balmaceda's goofy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Well, Disney would have their ass if that got viral.
We don't want him to get copyright strikes like Steamboat Willie that has now gone viral by
Don't worry. They're not. Don't worry, guys. We're safe. We're not showing a Tokusatsu clip.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, just go tell.
Toei will not be taking our asses tonight.
A Tokusatsu clip that we paid for. I'm sorry.
And whoever's editing this, please insert Jeff's gif of Puss in Boots that says, "Now we're just trying to find the guy who did all this."
I'm gonna have to find that later because I can finally edit again. Oh my god! No, for those of you at home who don't know what we're talking about, Discotheque had their Discotheque Day last week at the time of recording this, and there was a moment where they were announcing a new tokusatsu that they had, and the clip that they showed, all of a sudden the YouTube stream cuts out because of copyright on a clip that they tested beforehand and got approved.
1,000 nerds cried out and were silenced as if something terrible had happened.
It's like, what the fuck? they got the stream back.
The Toei.
Yeah, they got they put the stream back up, and everybody on the stream was just like, well,
don't pay for this.
That we tested that shit.
So many great memes and reaction images.
The Discotheque chat be like, don't pay for this.
Trying to do the Lord's work, and then Satan takes it away. That being said, not today, Satan.
Not today. Speaking of doing the Lord's work, holy shit, Macy Ann Johnson did.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I'll admit, going into the show, I had about zero expectations for this to be anything decent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Even when the show got announced, I was like, this seems like okay. I want to be really straight. which is weird because I'm bisexual.
I was gonna say, Megan, you're the last person here doing that.
A lot of modern rom-coms have been ruined because of one very nasty boil on the face of modern anime rom-coms. You might have heard of it. It's called Rent-A-Girlfriend.
Oh, God.
And Rent-A-Girlfriend being the only rom-com as of late that seems to have had multiple seasons, despite it having one of the most unlikable male leads in modern anime, which says a lot because there are slave owners in almost every isekai.
I love horrible tropes like this. It's great. Except not.
Having Rent-A-Girlfriend exist puts a big damper on a lot of rom-coms. And frankly, there are also just a lot of rom-coms that don't know how to write, like, semi-decent characters despite all of the tropes that are going on. And, like, let's be real, this show is not going to win any awards for originality. And I was kind of talking to it with Mr. AJ Cosplay, because they reviewed this for ANN. And, like, we both kind of came to the same realization of, wow, we actually both enjoyed this more than we ever thought we would. And their thing that they had said in their review, which they think sums up the show perfectly, it feels like a good writer took a bet and now he has to write a good story with the weirdest premise ever.
Yeah, I agree.
I see it.
And honestly, like, the show works, and I think that you can tell that a lot of the script is punched up, because there are a lot of really funny one-liners. But as a writer, Macy knew when to tone it back for the actual, like, legitimate drama moments that this show has, because this show does have a lot of really good, sweet, romantic moments, because at its heart, I think it is a show that goes for the real meaning is that, like, being married isn't, like, filling a quota on a checkbox to get points by some arbitrary system, which the camera can, I guess, just represent normal society in a sense. But that a true marriage is one built on seeing your partner for who they are and accepting them despite their potential differences to you. Because even if someone is your polar opposite, they might be the partner that you need the most.
Yeah.
And this show has really funny moments, like, C stands for castration. Which I think is actually a funnier line than what it was in the Japanese. Or, like, the 101 uses of the word Johnson.
Commander Johnson, keep the troops at bay!
Or baloney, the use of baloney pony. Which I said that was used in this dub, and my friend Getter asked if Macy Ann Johnson had watched the Evangelion movies. Yep.
Not even the movie. That wasn't from the movie. That was the last episode of the original TV show.
Yeah, somebody watched the last episode of Evangelion.
Can I also say we had a resurgence of the Wambulance?
The Wambulance is back.
The Wambulance came back and it made me so fucking happy.
I thought Steph wrote a line because Goober was used.
She asked me in a DM, she's like, Steph, did you write this? Did you help write this script? I'm like, nah, fam. I will say
Bromeo. How many ways can you say bro?
Yeah.
I will say, though, that my actual favorite line in the entire show is, if somebody mentions Tenjin again, I'm going to jam this pencil into my skull.
Listen, one of my favorites was, Daddy wants you to hit the books and study. That was a good one.
If I kiss you, I'll overwrite the save data.
No, that's a good one, yeah. That's a very good one.
And let us not forget the greatest call-out reference to a quiz show that they put in here. Naked Grandma! Naked Grandma!
Oh my god.
What is something that you don't want to see when you go into your house? Naked Grandma! Naked Grandma!
I don't want to see that either.
Naked, huh?
Naked, huh?
Naked, huh?
Listen, man, if you ever want a fucking night to, like, laugh your ass off, just YouTube horrible video game answers.
Naked,
nothing to me...
Done that many times.
Nothing to me is ever gonna top name a yellow fruit. Orange.
How about that? Wait, I'm gonna test Megan's how much of those game show compilations you've seen.
Uh-oh.
Where was the weirdest place that you and your spouse have had the urge to make whoopee?
Oh, fuck. Was it the car?
No, that's not the quote. There's a video clip of a woman from the 70s talking about a
I
really
know what it
inappropriate
is, and I
place.
haven't seen that one in a while, because the one that lives rent-free in my head for the Newlywed Game is, what is your neighbor have that you're more envious of? And they said money. And she's like, no, I said grass. Well, I know more grass than we do.
The 70s, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Oh
Noah.
my god.
Oh, no. Noah. In your house, the plug goes directly from the wall to the what?
From the plug to the vibrator.
Vibrator.
Jesus Christ.
But this is
And they
like
put one of the... Which, again, to reference, like, okay, so they put that line about naked grandma in the dub of the show because
Yes.
Jiro was trying to think of something not stimulating. That's not
Right.
what it was in the original. In the original, he was saying to himself, think of the gross movie we watched the other night, which ties into, they actually did watch a movie in the show.
A horror
But I'm
movie,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
but this is funnier. That's nothing of the dub changes. None of the comedy punch-up gag lines, nothing loses the meaning of what was actually in the Japanese. They just either remove stuff that was like culturally impenetrable to an English-speaking audience, or just a reference to something that us here in America would have heard of before.
You want to know what Macy's writing on the show reminds me of?
What?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love this shit. Macy's writing on this show reminds me of a Jamie Markey script.
God, I
Yeah?
miss those so much.
Yeah?
Yep.
I
I'm
will
fucking here for it.
I will tell you the difference though, and
Yeah.
this is because first of all, Macy and ma'am, are you tapping into my phone or my Discord voice channel? Because this is how I talk all the time.
This show is made for Gigi.
This is how I speak.
This show is Gigi. I swear.
Because it's like there's like 3 decades of clueless Gyaru, like random pop culture-ish reference talk. I can't even say words right now, but like she's like, no doi, and I'm like, what decade are we in? Are we in the 90s now? Because this is how I feel. And then there's like a one that's like in the 2010s, like anytime somebody, I think she said like bromeo, and I was like, okay, well that's new. And then like all the hoes before bros jokes that all the girls make, and I was like, okay, well that's like
my hoes.
gotta hang with my hoes. That's like 20,000s, 20,000s, 2000s. How about it?
Hold on.
Here's my question for you, Gigi. Have you ever heard the word throuple before?
Yes, a throuple.
Yeah, so
It's a couple
that's-
with 3
Throuple or
people.
nothing,
It's a throuple.
snitches.
Baby.
Well, I know.
Throuple or nothing, snitches.
I'm sad to say I only know what that is because there's one of those in this Netflix series called Carol at the End of the World, where a old couple gets into one with their senior citizen helper guy. But my question was is that a newer term, or has that been around for a while?
It's like
It's been around for a
newish.
while.
Like
I think it's been around for a while, but that's only like as being polyamorous is becoming more socially acceptable.
you'll
and,
hear
like,
it more often.
I mean, yeah, and I don't mean like Mormon polyamory.
No.
Where it's like,
No, yeah.
you know,
Polycule.
polyamory with actual respect for their partners.
Yeah. Which I questioned. Someone earlier in this group said that this show is like an actual polycule relationship, and I'm like, no, I think it's just a love. It's just a love quartet.
It's more of a love. It's more of a love.
it's like a love polygon.
Love
Yeah.
It's more of a love. It's more of a love, like V, because I would say triangle or quadrangle, but like as we come to learn in the show, Minami doesn't love anybody
No.
Mm-mm.
because
Well,
because
no, he has a crush.
no, he wants to pull a Mrs. Robinson. Are you trying to seduce me?
I
Well,
didn't
halfway
get
through,
that.
Chris was like, is Minami gay? Is he going to get with the green-haired guy? And I was like, I think they're brothers.
No, that's Kamo.
No.
And
Yes.
That's a
And I was
different
like, no,
brother.
he's not gay. I was like, just keep watching. And he's like, are you sure? He's like, BL, girl. And I'm like, I'm positive.
I think they would have called that out in the first episode if that was their relationship.
I just like, it's weird because, okay, so Shiori likes Jiro likes Shiori, Akari likes Minami likes nobody, so let's just kick him out of the equation because
Minami wants to fuck his brother's wife.
Yes.
Oh, that's who
Yes.
that was. I was
Yes,
like, what
she had the
married
ring
woman is
on.
he fantasizing? I knew it was a married woman, but I was like, is it a teacher? Is it
No,
someone we haven't met before?
it's his brother's wife, because if you remember the episode where they go out for the mixer with Kamo's brother, Minami and Terafune.
Yeah.
And Minami's brother gets drunk and starts talking about things.
But that's
and
Kamu's
he mentions
brother,
it.
not Minami.
Sorry, Kamu's brother manages the. No, but I think Kamu's brother mentions that it was like a family drama thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, multiple high school characters get drunk in this show. Those chocolates had whiskey in them.
Multiple meaning two.
Who gets drunk off 3 whiskey chocolates? You have a problem.
A pussy.
Jiro does, apparently.
And
You
me.
can't hold your liquor.
But
Hold my beer.
all that aside, the writing on the show is fan-fucking-tastic.
I love it so much. I wrote
right
down
up
so
my
many one-liners.
alley. I know, they're all funny. Now, if you are a purist and wants things to match the subtitles exactly, or exactly how things are going to be translated in the Japanese that you know in your mind, you will fucking hate this.
Oh yeah,
you're in the wrong decade if you want that. It's
Well,
not that kind of show.
You are in the wrong genre, my friend. Get out of here. You're gonna hate it.
If you want this to sound like Rent-A-Girlfriend, you will fucking hate this. If you like something,
the Rent-A-Girlfriend dub.
it's true. It's true to the subtitles.
Yeah, it's not adaptive like this
I watched this last year around Christmas time. When I was at home by myself, I left Chris here in Texas and I went home to go party for Christmas. Sorry, babe. I was really lonely, so I started watching all the shows that were liked more than Married Couple But Not Lovers because I liked it so much. And the first one I watched after this was Rent-A-Girlfriend, and I was like, I hate myself.
Oh.
I hate myself. I hate my life. I'm just gonna watch this again. Because
you should have gone straight to My First Girlfriend is a Gal.
I still haven't finished that. I need to.
You haven't?
Oh. I own it. But
later.
This is amazing. The directing on this, I don't know how you did it, Jason. Like, there's so much dialogue in here. And I don't know, like, were things improvised? Was this all on script? Like, what was going on? Because it is crazy how much, even in the background, people are talking shit. And it's funny. Like, even the Walla people are hysterical. Like, it is just so good. Like, I can't even, like... Nobody had heard of this show. And when I chose it for this, like, still barely anyone had heard of this show. And I was like, just watch it, you guys. Like, it makes me cry. Like, you'll probably like it. And so I was just kind of so happy that, like, I can share this with other people.
I am just surprised at how much I enjoyed this show. Because, similar to Megan, I kind of went in with fairly low expectations. Because I was just like, Gigi, I love you. But I went to this partially just like, oh, Gigi picked the show. That means it's going to be trash. Mm-hmm. Okay. But wholesome trash is the best way I could describe it. Because weirdly enough, it has those moments where it's just genuinely wholesome. And sweet. And just the writing on this, Macy's writing on this, like, yes, it has so many of the one-liners, but like everybody has been saying, like, she also knows when it needs to be reined back for those sweet yet serious moments. Because there is some moments of tension where you can cut that fucking tension with a knife.
Oh my god.
So if those are not played, if those are not played to that extent, you kind of lose the plot a little bit. And so kudos to Macy for keeping that piece intact. And it helped make the characters and some of their motivations much, not only easy to follow, but much, for some characters, much more likable. So Andrew watched most of the show with me.
Yeah.
He had not seen this show before, and I actually asked him, because I watched the final episode before hopping onto this call, and I was like, wait, you hadn't seen this? He's like, no, I hadn't. So he watched most of it with me, and then he watched because last night I watched 3 episodes, and he caught up today so he could finish the show with me. One of the things he does have a minor complaint about, but it's more of a character issue rather than a writing issue, is Jiro's character being that much of a dense sometimes. And he's like,
I mean,
buddy, you don't understand how this works. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like,
and that's like the tropey thing. Like Chris said something like on a similar thing. He's like, oh, so something cute and romantic is going to happen, or something like horny is going to happen, and then Akari is going to back away and be like, just kidding, and then they're all going to get pissed at each other, and this happens all the time in just different things, and it's just going to keep happening. And I'm like, you know what? It does. But guess what? Your Gyaru girl needs love too. Let her be a little tsundere. It's fine.
That would have been a better name for the show. Your Gyaru girl needs some love too.
I mean,
let's make it happen, guys.
It's no surprise that like I self-insert myself into the pink-haired girl or a blonde girl, depending on the anime you're watching. But this was like real hardcore. Like I have been in this situation, been in that situation, been in this situation, and I'm like, why is this making me relive my teenage trauma? I don't get it. But I'm sitting there bawling like through at least a quarter of the episodes. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a comedy, right? Why am I crying so hard? God, I hate Shiori. Shiori, just go die.
Shiori did nothing wrong.
Shiori did nothing wrong. And Chris is like, Shiori did nothing wrong. I'm like, oh my God, she really did nothing wrong.
At least Shiori's self-aware. And she's like, oh my God, am I a homewrecker?
But she's not Akari, who I love more. But that being said,
I don't think Akari's getting into heaven. I think she needs to go to confession. She's know what she's doing.
No,
see, you say wholesome trash and all the horny things that happen in this show, and I'm like, she is like a instigator.
She's an instigator. However, to the point of Akari, she's also inexperienced with this kind of shit.
Okay,
that point has been made multiple times through the show.
She is, and it's just like all the other anime where it's like fucking that one with the sock that I don't like.
The one with
help
the
me.
sock?
The one with the sock. They put the sock in the puppet. It's the I think Jamie Marchi wrote it. Help me.
Yeah.
She wrote a lot of things to that caliber.
Like My Dress Up Darling. They're all the same way. Where like the quote unquote slutty girls are like actually virgins and they're super innocent, but they don't want you to think that. They want you to think that they're slutty.
Which is fine, but if you've got the knowledge, if you're aware that your body is this way and you are intentional, like, it's one thing. Like, I'm not here to slut shame anyone at all if you have the body for it. That is out of your control. That is not something you should be held accountable for. But in constant episodes, she's always like, you're always peeking a look at me, or, ooh, you're going to be swiping your V card, and
Verge.
All sorts of, like, so many variations of the word virgin in the show.
So funny.
So, I'm just saying, like, I get why you would connect with the character in the sense that, it feels like she's overcompensating by acting that way as opposed to actually being experienced.
I wouldn't say she's overcompensating. She's confident. She's in no way shy. But, like,
she knows what she's doing.
She's confident about it.
She wants to get her way.
Right. She knows what she wants. She knows, for the most part, she knows how to go after it.
But when she gets her way, she doesn't know what to do with it.
She likes the chase, but doesn't know what happens when you catch the person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. I just chase it.
That's exactly.
The dog caught its tail. Now what do I do?
Exactly. That's Akari.
Are we still talking about the directing?
We're just talking in general.
Okay.
I think we have.
I had to go to the bathroom.
Were you cooking chicken?
In the shitter?
It's a line from the show.
Oh, yeah, I was cooking chicken. Yeah, I was cooking chicken, because remember, girls don't piss.
I learned something new.
Girls don't pee.
Girls don't piss. Girls don't pee. They don't pee.
All this time, I didn't know that.
I noticed there was
Yeah,
no
we actually-
toilet flushing noise or hand washing noise when either one of them came out of the bathroom. So
Oh,
what's going
fucking
on in
heathens.
there?
Nasty.
Didn't you know when girls have to go number one, that's why we go in pairs, because we go in, chant, and all the pee goes away. And then we store it in the men's balls.
So they
You're
have
mixing
a huge
way
ass
too many-
piss later.
Mixing way too many pop culture references there.
Oh Christ.
I know, my brain is full of fuck. No,
It's
so I had to go into the chicken making room. So I didn't get to say anything about the direction.
Please do.
I've actually watched another show that Jason Lord directed, and that being Witch from Mercury, which we have an episode of. I thought that actually the direction on this was a little bit better than that.
Wow.
Really? I haven't seen Witch from Mercury, so.
Witch from Mercury's dub is not bad. I think it's actually pretty good. There are points of it that are a little bit because there was some casting stuff that I don't think was like genuinely taken very seriously in regards to representation.
Gotcha.
And there are just some very oddly placed voices in the secondary cast.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I think also, this is a genre that he is more suited for. There are just some directors that are good at everything that they do, and there are some directors that work well more on, different stuff. Taking a look at, like, a lot of other things that he's directed, like, he's doing, he's mostly done outside of Witch from Mercury as a, like, longer running thing. He's mostly done kind of generic isekai and more comedy shows, and I think that this kind of like went better for him than I think a more serious show did. Obviously, he's also kind of a newer ADR director at CR.
Yeah, that's one of the things. He's definitely, I think him and crap.
Him and
What's her
fuck.
name? What's her name? It's a
Helena Wattstrom is
thank
one.
you. Helena is the other.
But
lead role.
no, there was another guy who used to work at Nintendo that came in.
Jonathan Rigg, the genius.
Yeah.
The man, the
Oh,
myth, the
yeah.
genius.
Yeah, Jonathan Rigg, who's also done a lot outside of he's done a couple of different stuff. I need to watch Sack Princess. We need to sit down and do a Sack Princess episode. I think that this lent better to his strengths than maybe that show did. Not saying that his direction was bad at the show, I just think it was better here. Anyway, sorry, back to your regularly scheduled talking about Akari, who deserves to win.
Yes. All right. So who's on Team Akari? Me,
Me.
Steph,
Me.
Megan, Noah. Whose team are you on?
I'm gonna go Team Shiori. I'm much more for the nice hometown girl next door.
He likes
So-
the vanilla girls.
So is my boyfriend. That's fine.
Let the record show Steph didn't pick vanilla.
This is true.
Record
Wow.
show. Let the record show Steph did not pick vanilla this time.
Wow.
But strawberry.
picked
Strawberry.
strawberry.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
To an extent, Akari does have her moments that are like super like sweet vanilla, kind of like what we were talking about. Because again, the dog chasing its tail caught its tail and doesn't know what to fucking do next. Like Akari has those
appreciate
moments
that
where
this
she's
show-
like, "Oh, what did I do? What do I do?"
Well,
Can I appreciate that this show made it so that Akari, like, wasn't 100% stupid and that she could actually, like, cook and take care of herself?
Yes.
yes.
It did not follow the trope of bigger boobs, smaller brain.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, like she genuinely has a hard time, like, studying, but, like, when they actually, like, figured it out, they did a really good job on their exams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just took them, like, genuinely believing in each other.
Yeah.
And Akari is so smart, and there's so many different levels to her. And on that note, Lindsay's performance here, oh my god.
I loved it.
Loved it. Like, I love the Gyaru girl and the Valley Girl voices, because I have one. I'm sorry. I watched Clueless too many times when I was a kid. I just can't shake it.
No, yeah, I don't know what it is with the Gyaru girl trope, and when it's localized, it equates to Valley Girl. I'll never understand the reasoning behind that choice.
It's Valley Girl or it's like Texan.
Right.
It's one or the other.
I will never understand that choice.
I demand a Gyaru with a Jersey Shore accent.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Oh,
That would be so fucking crazy.
I want a Gyaru girl who sounds like fucking Snooki from Jersey Shore.
Oh my god. They need to dub the show last season with the blonde girl with the blue streaks in her hair. Oh my god, do it. Snooki.
Hell yeah.
What show is that?
Like,
I'm so experienced, you're not.
Oh yeah, yes, that show. I remember somebody saying that the male main character of that was pathetic, and they were also a person who said that the guy from 100 Girlfriends is hogging all the girlfriends in the world, and I told him that was a skill issue on his part.
No, but like I'll never understand like why we automatically go with the choice of the Gaudu girl having like the Valley Girl accent or the Texan Southern accent kind of deal. I'll never understand.
I'm here
I'm
for
not
it.
sure where. I'm trying to figure out where.
For Lindsay though, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah. It definitely fits with this show, and not just with her, but with her other friends as well.
Yeah, with Sachi and Natsumi. Yeah, it works really well. I really liked Molly a lot. As a side note, Molly is just some chaotic gremlin, and I'm fucking here for it.
All the nyans in there, all the meows, I was like
yeah.
here for it. Sachi is my favorite of the friends, but that's because I also have a ponytail, and so therefore that is who I like the most. I just the three of them together, man, that was a chaotic fucking hot mess of dialogue.
Oh, it's I love it though. It is such.
I will say this though, that sounds like
pals.
three teenagers. That sounds like three teenage girls who were super close.
Yes.
I love
The only
that.
thing that they didn't do was punch each other in the boobs.
again.
And they didn't even
throuple or
grab
nothing
each other's
snitches.
boobs in the bath. Like they were all like no grabbing,
For
like all
once!
respectful.
For once!
Very
Yes,
glad
they
we're
were-
past that trope. Like,
I don't know if we're past it, but they didn't do it here, and I was kind of
In
glad
this
for
show, yeah.
it. But I love them. I do have to say, God, Crunchyroll, can you get your shit together and put your fucking closed captions on the dubs? For the love of God.
I have
There's so
them!
many
I
jokes
have
that I
them!
missed because I couldn't understand everybody talking over each other.
I had them!
Throuple
I
or
had them
nothing
for
snitches.
signs!
You had them?
I had them for, like, signs and stuff, yes!
What did you watch on? I watched on a smart TV.
I watched it on my Switch and my computer!
Oh my
What?
God.
God damn.
I was watching it on my fucking Switch because I didn't feel like rolling my fat ass out of bed. Also, I'd like to point out Molly's delivery of probably one of my other favorite lines in the show. Molly Zhang is great, and
Yes.
you should very much keep on her career. She is a rising star in this.
Oh,
And if
Molly's
you were
a
watching,
delight.
if you were watching the Apothecary Diaries right now, or Shangri-La Frontier, she is a very much a rising star, and I'm very glad for her because, or her / them. I do not know their pronouns.
Their identity.
But they deliver this line one time, and I think it's when Corey, it's when the three girls are talking, Akari and her two friends, and they're checking in on her because, you know, stuff's been going weird between Jiro and her again, and it's like, this is a heavy conversation, and I think the line is like, much like my boobs, this is going to be a heavy one. Or what the fuck was it?
It
was
was
close.
like my boobs. My question is way heavier.
Heavier. It's such a good line.
Oh my gosh.
It's so fun.
I love it. But
The
they
dynamic
all-
between the three of them is so fun.
It's a great dynamic, and I love the fact that when it comes time to be serious, the tone kind of changes, especially with Lindsay. Like when Akari is crying and like sobbing her heart out and is just like so confused or so scared or so upset about something. Like when she cries, I cry. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God. Like Akari is not just hello in your face Gyaru. She is a real human girl and should be treated as such. And just the performance there, it just broke me. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you.
Getting rejected is hard. Getting up the courage to tell someone that you love them, that you've been spending this whole class assignment trying to get after them with, and suddenly finding out they've got a crush on someone else, that's difficult.
Yeah.
It's rough, buddy.
I think my favorite Akari moment is actually when she's crying on the phone after
The fireworks, the festival. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing bad has ever happened in a romantic series where somebody watches fireworks on the balcony.
What are you?
Not ever.
I don't know which show you're referencing.
A Silent Voice.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen that, but I was thinking about something else.
Oh
What
god.
are you thinking about?
I was thinking about Lovely Complex.
Oh shit.
Oh, yay for that! Finally getting a dub.
I know.
Yes.
I
That's
did.
probably going to be a Cage Crew episode, but not for Valentine's.
I'm looking forward.
Because
to
we're allowed to do episodes without it being a holiday, guys. We're allowed to be friends.
I know. It's
Are
true.
for our special St. Patrick's Day episode. Lovely
No.
Complex.
Oh my god.
No, listen. If Good Smile can start selling the cage on their site,
They started
can
making a figure of that freaking thing.
I pre-ordered it.
Hell
Pre-ordered
yeah.
it.
I'm getting the cage. It's a piece of cardboard. It's not a real cage. I'm very upset by this, but I'm getting it.
Aw.
Oh,
You need to
did
get
they didn't want to put that money into at least make it plastic? What the fuck?
No, it's like a cardboard on a stand, but that's okay.
Aw.
Yeah,
You
no,
still have
I
to
agree. That is a great Akari moment.
It is so nice.
I love
It's so good.
episode 3 was the one that broke me between Lindsay and Ben, the two of them in episode 3, where he was like, I don't want to do it unless you really care for somebody. Like, this isn't right. And I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
there's the thing.
He was being genuine and so sweet, even though he
Yes.
doesn't know fucking what to do about anything. And I love Ben so much as Jiro, because this is the second time I've heard Ben Momocita as a form of romantic lead. The last time I heard him as a romantic lead was in Ahaden-san, where Raido was not as emotive or expressive as Jiro is. So this is a very, very stark contrast to what his performance of Raido was. And Jiro not only is very expressive, he has these moments of like, he's very self-conscious, he's very nervous, he's very inexperienced, he's not sure how to react to a lot of things going on, and it makes for some really, really sweet, genuine moments like him in episode 3 going, I don't want to do that to you. You should save that for someone you really care about. Like, it's such a sweet moment, and that completely takes Akari off her guard, and she's like, what? Like, this guy's actually really sweet.
I think for me, the thing that I really like about Ben's performance is not only is it genuinely funny when it needs to be, because, like, Ben's reactions are top 10.
Yes.
They're so
Yes.
fucking funny. Like, I mean, come on, the guy snuck the Goofy scream in.
Oh my god. Chris made me rewind it, and he's like, who does that sound like? And I was like, I can't place it. He's like, listen again.
Now I need Noah's gonna laugh at this. Now I need Ben and Jiro's voice going, Potato Land!
What?
Potato Land.
I got that.
Potato Land.
Oh, from the Mickey Mouse short where they make Potato Land.
Yes.
And Potato Land.
Okay.
You gotta
Sorry,
watch
people-
Potato Land.
I want you to know, at least Noah and Gigi, that people dressed up in Potato Land garb for the Run Disney shit last week.
God bless them.
I'm not surprised. That is very in character for Disney fans.
Yeah, but for me, I think one of my favorite moments that Jiro actually has is in the fireworks episode where he kind of he's on the balcony alone, and he's talking about how if everything goes well and they get into the top 10, and Minami and he will switch and they'll be with the ones that they genuinely want to be with, blah blah blah. And he has this kind of dark moment of going, well, I'll get to have done all of this with her first. And he calls himself out for being misogynistic.
Yeah.
He's like, what's this girl-hating crap? And then he immediately gets the call, and he hears her crying, and just Ben's instant tone shift from this, like, depressed, moping guy who's clearly mad that the girl he really likes is there. Like, yes, he likes Shiori, but it's clear by at least that point that there is something going on with that they are falling in love with each other. And just the tone of his voice going from this kind of depressed self to immediately being so concerned that she's hurt and he has to go find her on the phone broke my heart. And just that moment leading into when he holds her and calls her by her name is just so well put together. And, like, I think Ben Bellamaceda is definitely a voice actor who's exploded within the last year. Like, I mean, for God's sakes, he is a bunch of people's baby girl in Genshin now, and he's in a Fate anime. He's all I know is that, like, I can't remember his name, and Josh can laugh at me in the comments. All I know is that he's a baby girl for Nazish Tarsha's husband. But I think the reason that I kind of went and fell in love with Jiro and Akari's blooming romance really is a tribute to Lindsay and Ben's chemistry.
Yes. 100%.
Because I feel like their voices meshed well against each other. And genuinely, Lindsay Shepard's not a performer I'm, like, super familiar with. And I know I need to watch I'm in love with the Villainess. I feel bad I've only watched like one episode of that, and that was when I was up in Maine. And it was really good. And I'm very, very, very glad for them. They were also apparently in one of the Show by Rock spinoffs, Noah, so I guess we gotta get to that.
I guess I haven't been keeping up on the spinoffs past the which one was it? The most recent
second
one.
Season?
No, the Mitsubushi.
Murameshi?
Yeah, that one. I haven't been keeping up past that.
Yeah, I think they're one of the people in Murameshi.
Gotcha. Yeah, but when Gigi was listing off all the credits for the characters in the show, the actors in the show and the shows they've been in, and she was like, I haven't seen most of these shows. I was just like, neither have I. And I don't recognize most of the actors either, because as the only person in this call who actually is in a married relationship, I haven't had the time to keep up with a lot of the more recent stuff that's coming out, which is a real shame, because this was a great crash course introduction to a lot of people who are not Derek Snow or Macy Ann Johnson, who I have never heard before.
Yeah.
Case in point, talking about Lindsay and Ben's acting performances in this, there is a lot of range that, like you guys have just mentioned, is absolutely holding this weird-ass show together. You have to buy into the concept that the students will just go along with the school forcing them to live in a dorm together, to do fake marriage things. You bet your ass if this was tried to do in America, there would be some stuck-up parents writing permission slips for their kids to get out of this social experiment nonsense. This would not fly in this country.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. This is very much a very like I said early on. Somebody wrote this on. Mr. AJ Cosplay saying somebody wrote this fucker on a bet.
Yeah.
There's probably a little more to it than just that. I don't deny that they probably did this on a bet, but also, you're all aware of, like, the population decline problem that Japan's having right now.
The ghost of Shinzo Abe is hoping people fuck.
Yes. I'm so happy that that's his living legacy forever.
That and being like okay, like I know we don't get political in here, but can we please
You're gonna talk about the church?
Well, Gigi brought it up beforehand.
No, not the Catholic Church. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, the Moonies were involved, but I cannot believe Shinzo Abe getting murked by the thingamajig caused a giant, like, actual, like, good thing to happen, because they started genuinely, like, this is 100% true. You know how a lot of anime have things, like, especially older anime, had episodes, like, about the cult, like, tricking people out of, like, all of their money and savings?
Yeah, it was in, Golden Time, it was in,
Was there an episode of it in Paranoia Agents?
Yep, there's Paranoia Agent episode.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's
Cowboy Bebop had an episode about
Oh,
cult.
yeah.
Bakemonogatari. Yeah, so Shinzo Abe getting murked by the thingamajig actually caused Japan's government to crack down on that.
No more happy
Wow.
science.
Okay.
So yeah, Shinzo Abe, his legacy, getting murked and causing cult reform, and fuck for more babies. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I feel like this concept of the show, you have to buy into that this is okay to happen. I feel like the premise would be more suitable to like a dystopian sci-fi novel. Like this would be more fitting to like a Hunger Games or Divergent type setting, but it's not. It's just layered onto modern day Japanese rom-coms. But that's okay, because the cast got the assignment. Both Ben and Lindsay understood that their characters are, perhaps a bit archetypal of the clueless virgin male, not Chad, just a virgin, and the really, I want to say high maintenance Garu girl, because she can't even handle spiders on her own. That was a fun episode.
I mean, to be fair, if I find a spider in my house, I'm not having a house anymore.
That is such a
that house is going to be burned to the ground.
Chris kills those spiders. Anything that looks crawly, he gets called. They go
Jen is
outside
asleep
in
right
the
now.
cup.
If Jen was awake right now, she'd come in here and she would tell you about all the times that I've gone in. I'm like, Jarrett, there's a bug on the wall. I'm like, you can't get it yourself. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
Kill it with fire.
That's exactly what it's like. I really like that episode. I like that Akari got to be. She wasn't forceful and she wasn't pathetic. It was funny. It was very funny to listen to the all the reasons why she can't do anything because the spider is just paralyzing. And I love the zoom in when she holds up her fingers like it was this big.
2 millimeters.
It's like, really?
So,
I need you to come to the bathroom with me. What the fuck?
Yeah, so there's a lot of great back and forth here. They're playing with, I'm going to say, C tier material, and they're turning out a golden A performance almost every time. If I could pivot over to something that's more of a critique, though, I don't think it was the best decision to, on the direction side, have that loosey-goosey dialogue talk for all of the characters. Case in point, Macy's Shiori, she kind of dips into that dialogue too sometimes. She has a bit of a flighty way of speaking in moments where I think she's supposed to be more of a contrast to Akari, and she's supposed to be, more grounded. So when the dub maintains that sort of writing style for her dialogue, it's like, this isn't as much of a contrast. It's definitely not as much of a contrast as it was in Japanese.
I get where they're, and I kind of agree. Did anybody actually feel like Macy's Shiori had actually more of like that like southern home good girl vibe to it?
A little bit.
Like not like it was like super like noticeable. It wasn't like hey y'all,
Yeah,
I made some deviled eggs and like we're gonna go to church after. But like there was the sensibility without the accent, if you know what I'm getting
I was
at.
getting like a Duggar vibe.
Jesus Christ.
maybe not that bad.
I mean, not like that bad, but like...
I don't think any of Shiori's family are child molesters.
That's not what I meant. I meant that they're wear skirts all the time and whatever. Like,
are a cult.
They're a cult. No. I just like...
they are.
Look, I've watched every fucking season of all those damn shows because I have a problem. I watched the damn documentary. I don't care. But like when you tell, like, there's just like this weird sense of innocence about Shiori, and even in the voice acting for her, that you can tell she wants to break out of, but she's a little scared, but at the same time she's kind of like asserting her dominance. Like Jill Duggar wants to wear pants and then gets excommunicated from her family. Like Shiori's gonna wear the damn pants. Like she's just gonna do it.
I think the tone they were trying to go for was more of a girl who, yes, has a lot of the same... She has the exact same anxieties that Akari has, but she addresses them, she confronts them in a very different way. Whereas Akari's outward and expressive and extroverted, Shiori is more of a kill them with kindness mentality. The kind of people who are going to put people out of their anxiety, or they're going to put our people at ease by just being smiley, by being good-spirited, by like, let me get that chalk dust out of your eyes. and it's just a way to mask the anxieties that I think Macy's portrayal was trying to have that like clear, ringing, clear toned voice that comes with someone who is absolutely smiling all the time. You can almost hear her smiling in the recording booth in scene where she's putting on that facade.
Meanwhile, she's trying to mac on another man's
girlfriend,
another girl's man.
Yeah. I haven't heard a lot from Macy Ann Johnson. Does she always have that very flippant, like, sonance to her performances? Is that her voice, or is that part of the acting for Shiori? Like, does she sound like Shiori in a lot of her other roles? Because Shiori talking to me with Macy sounds very, like, bubbly. Like, it has, like, this weird musical tone to it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of, I like it.
It depends on the show, because I feel like I didn't feel that with her performance as Swindler in Akadama Drive.
Right. It starts out with a tiny bit of it, but as that show progresses, she gets a bit more, like, grit to the voice and the performance. So I think it just depends on the role, and this might be more of an acting thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked that. Like, it wasn't normal for me. Like, it didn't sound like...
All right.
Because also remember, Smiled on the Runway, right? Was that Macy? Macy was Chiyuki Smiled on the Runway. That's still... No, yeah, she's Chiyuki.
Yeah.
She's Chiyuki Smiled on the Runway.
That
is also a different tone. While it has tiny bits of pieces of it, Chiyuki also has the confidence about her as well that Macy Ann was able to, like, portray. So I think it's more of an acting decision, like a performance decision, rather than just something that she naturally does.
Okay, I liked those choices. Like, I never quite knew where Shiori was gonna go with her dialogue. I like that. It could be up and maybe down and up and down, and I was just like, where are you going with this? I kind of like it. It makes like the indecisiveness come through a little more.
The flighty,
indecisiveness. That's a good way to describe it. But yeah, I also wasn't quite sure how I was going to go with the show, because if it being like a love triangle kind of thing, it's like the show's not going to favor one or the other for you. It's going to show the best parts of both girls, so that you, the viewer, can pick your favorite, and we as the show will not pick for you. We're going to end the show with the both of them racing to the temple, and no one of them is going to be further progressed than the other.
No one wins.
50-50. Not even you, the
I gotta
viewer.
go make chicken.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
That's just the joke tonight, apparently.
So yeah, that's my major critique, I think, on the directing side, is that the parts that are funny are really funny. I do think that it should have been restricted to some characters more than others, and Shiori is probably the biggest example of that. I am glad they did not restrict it, though, out of Kamo's performance.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god.
Derek chewed the scenery till there's none left. It was so fucking great.
My Golden Ham award this year for the Dubbies is going to be between Derek Snow and Derek Snow. Like, that's where it is right now in two different shows. Like, I've never felt this way about him before. Like, everything that he did in 2023. Oh my fucking Christ.
Like, God, Derek Snow as the broski. Like, first of all, Derek had some of the fucking cringiest lines, but in a good way, because this dude is awkward as shit. Right?
I know about that SSR, my dude. I know about Marine. I know. You gotta get your 30 pulls.
Derek got to have some of the cringiest dialogue, but this was done on purpose because that's how Kamu's character is, right?
See, Gigi, I wasn't sure exactly like what part of this was the most relatable to you, because I knew that you said that you relate to this a lot, and then they mentioned gacha games, and I was just like, God damn it!
Yes, I would sell out my friend for 30 pulls.
And then some of the references that Derek gets to have fun with and play with. The fucking Yu-Gi-Oh bit for like 3 minutes. That was my favorite thing. It started with him as a fucking Karibo and ended with him having a goddamn duel with himself. So much so that duel continued in the post-credit scene at the end of the goddamn episode.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god. He chewed the scenery until there was none left, and then he went for more, regardless of what was there, and it was amazing.
So good.
He didn't care what was in his way. He just fucking demolished everything in his path. It was fucking hilarious.
I agree. So hard. He was just so funny.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh my
I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't pay attention to the stuff that Derek Snow is probably more known for. Like, I know he was in Fire Force, and I don't watch that. And I'm just like, this is the year where I'm like, goddamn, Derek Snow. Like, how
Derek is very capable of chewing scenery. I know, Gigi, you have not seen Angels of Death, but him as Dr. Danny, if Megan were to come back, she would 100% agree. He steals the show. He steals Angels of Death. He's like probably second to Dallas Reed for scene stealing and chewing that scenery in that show. I'm not even joking. Like, Derek is fully capable of chewing the scenery and stealing the show. Derek stole this show, ran with it, and then just demolished everything in his path, regardless of whether it like hurt him, like caused bodily injury or not. He just kept going. Like,
I want a Camo spinoff.
oh my god, I'm down for that.
Which would be fitting, because we don't ever see the girl that he's supposed to be in a relationship with. They keep referencing her throughout the show, and talks about how he got kicked out, or she told him to go out and find your own food. But we never see that character, and I thought that was a very strange decision on the part of the animators, or the anime staff, to intentionally not show it.
Oh yeah, I wonder if that's like a thing that you eventually will meet her later on. Like, side note, he calls her the old ball and chain, and that made me giggle.
That gets called a couple of times. It wasn't just in relation to his wife. It was like every wife was called a ball and chain at least once in the show.
But mostly from Kamu's mouth.
But
mostly
no,
from him.
But Steph, you and I both know exactly
Yes.
where his wife actually lives. Why we don't see her. Because she lives in Canada. My lovely girlfriend who lives in Canada. In Alberta. I mean Vancouver. Like, shit, she means Alberta. She's like, my lovely girlfriend who lives in Canada. And I will not finish the rest of that song.
Fucking Avenue Q is the best.
That it is.
Love
I bet Derek would make a great Muppet. Make a great Muppet performer.
I can see it.
Again, he would chew that scenery. He would he would chew that scenery, fucking run with it, and you would not. He would chew the scenery and eat the seconds, and then you don't get shit. Like, he would eat everything.
Oh my god.
And still want more.
The only part of it that I felt was kind of weird and kind of forced, but this has everything to do with like adapting from the manga and like not actually anything else, is when towards the end, like, it looked like Kama was trying to like flirt with May.
Yes.
And I was like, do you not know that she's in love with Shiori? Because everybody else knows. Like, why are you doing this? Like, this is a little weird.
Kamu is a bit dense in the romance department. So it honestly comes as no surprise to me that the one character that he thinks he actually has a shot in hell with
is a lesbian.
Is the lesbian.
And I'm glad they included a lesbian, because that raises the entire other question of this assignment. What if you're not into the opposite gender?
Yeah.
Are you going to be forced into a
Yeah.
relationship? They never really... Yeah, like, is May in a couple's relationship? Like, we never really talk about that.
Her husband is Terafune, so it's like Meg McLean and Justin Briner. But he's very supportive of May.
No, yeah.
Trying
He's
to
very supportive.
have alone time with Shiori.
He actually, like, helps, just, like, Terafune becomes May's wingman at points.
Yes. It's
Mhm.
very
And May's
cute.
just like, I'm never telling you anything again.
Yeah, really.
I really love
great.
May. I love Meg McLean's performance here. Like,
I was surprised by her here, honestly.
that's my type. Like, I'm like, Sailor Uranus, I get this. I get this. This is my type.
Apparently, like, the show plays up her thing on being in love with Shiori more than the manga.
Oh, really?
Apparently. I don't know. Like, I don't know how 100% true that is, but if she was a lesbian, I would get it. And I also, too, would be mad if I was forced into heteronormativity.
Yeah.
It's
No, like, kind of going back to Angels of Death again, fucking, this is drastically different tone that I've, from Meg McLean that I heard. Her Rachel is so fucking quiet. Very
Is that the
quiet,
little
can be
blonde
meek at
girl?
times. Yes.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yes. May is a completely different fucking tone. May has a little bit of, like, tomboyish nature to it. And like, it's vastly different than what she did with Rachel. And I'm here for it. Like, Rachel's a fun character in Angels of Death. That show is just insanity in and of itself. By the way, since Megan, you came back, can you agree with me, because I know you've seen Angels of Death, that Derek Snow is very capable of chewing fucking scenery if Dr. Danny taught us anything?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
Dr. Dan, like, if anything, like, in Angel of Death,
Yeah,
Dr. Danny
Gigi,
is
have you seen
second
Angels of
to
Death?
Like
Zach.
3 episodes of it. I didn't finish it.
Okay, so Derek Snow's character, I take it you guys talked about
Yes, we
Sato
did.
while I was making chicken.
We
Cool.
talked about him.
Derek Snow almost stole the whole dub for me.
Yes, see?
I'll be real.
Yeah.
Like, his acting as Sadu is fucking wild. From, like, I also have to talk about the fact that he literally turns into a Karibo.
Yeah, we talked about that. The fucking references.
I love that. He's like, I love that whole thing where he's, like, doing the dual boss is like, wait, but if I fuck this up, everybody will think I'm a creep.
Yep.
That and, he smells like my hopes and dreams.
that was great.
But, like, Derek Snow fucking steals this entire dub.
Yes.
Like, it is, like, some delicious ham.
Yes.
Like, and yes, Derek Snow can, in fact, be over the top and hammy. I've watched Angels of Death where his character is quite literally it's quite literally the human manifestation of a cockroach.
Yes.
Every time I thought that he was dead, he just kept fucking coming back.
Like, the stealing ham chewingness of his performance as Dr. Danny, personally, in my opinion, is second to Dallas Reed's Zach. Like, that's how strong Derek Snow was in that show. But I said this a few times, Megan. He chewed the scenery, ran off with it, kept going, didn't fucking care if he caused himself bodily injury just to find more scenery to chew. Like, that's how insane this role was for him.
Y'all gotta watch Blue Lock.
I
You will have
I
the
need
same conflicting choice of emotions that I have when you hear Derek Snow in Blue Lock.
I only have watched one episode. And this was when the dub had first kind of started over a year ago now, right? So Andrew and I sat there, we watched one episode, but we never got the chance to go back to it. And there's so many fucking shows that I want to watch before dubbies. Fuck me!
Yeah, I know that feeling. Oh man, if you want to talk about Derek Snow stealing the scenery and he's only in like 2 episodes, Trigun Stampede, everybody!
Oh yeah!
Oh, it's Nebraska.
He's one
yeah.
of the
Now it's
Nebraska
gonna be
brothers!
Derek Snow versus Derek Snow versus Derek Snow.
There's Derek Snow. Like, okay, like, we're gonna have, okay, for anybody asking where the fuck is our actual Trigun Stampede episode, hi, I'm hosting it. We're not doing it until the 2nd season's out because Millie isn't showing up in Trigun Stampede, spoiler alert. But, no, sorry, Meryl hasn't showed up. Millie is there. Meryl hasn't showed up
Meryl.
yet, and I refuse to do the show.
It's the other
It's
way.
easy to get the M's mixed up.
It's Meryl.
Whatever, the tall one. The fucking tall one isn't there yet.
Millie is the tall one. Meryl is
Millie ain't there yet, and they hinted at her at the end of the season, and Orange was like, yeah, we're going to be making a 2nd season, we just don't know when it's coming out. And I'd rather talk about those two in a combined sense than leaving Millie off, because Millie is such an intricate part of the Trigun story.
Oh, she is.
Anyway, when Andrew was watching Trigun Stampede, he had asked me if anybody could guess who played that character, because he thought that it sounded a little like Tom Kenny.
Oh, I remember.
You know,
I remember this exact conversation because
sponge beard.
So Andrew and I watched Stampede together, right? So
Yeah.
he was asking me the same thing. I'm like, bro, that's Derek Snow. He didn't fucking believe me.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He
So Derek
did not
Snow can
believe
do a lot of really fucking weird shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Megan McClain. Meg McClain. Sorry, I had to go make pizza with Rizzo.
Anyway,
I'd not heard Megan.
By the way,
McClain
did you
before.
know that Rizzo the rat now has a hole in Chicago?
God damn.
No, really?
Yeah, it's an Instagram thing.
Oh,
Yeah, have you not heard about the rat hole?
no.
They're pouring Merlot into it.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm just
America
gonna
never changed.
stare at the snow that's coming down outside my apartment right now.
But yeah, no, I liked Megan's May. It was I'm very glad they did not, like, the show kind of plays up that she probably has,
The hot sport.
yeah, she's lesbianist.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
For Shiori, and that if everything goes well, their practical can involve the two of them getting married and buying a Subaru.
Subaru.
As you all know, Subaru, the vehicle of choice for all lesbians.
Did I ever tell you guys one time that when I was trying to figure out what kind of car to get years ago, I was considering a Subaru, and I mentioned it to someone in my family, and they were like, oh, you mean the lesbian car? I'm like, oh, great, thanks for that. It's exactly what I want to fucking hear right now.
Subaru, known for reliability and lesbians.
Is that why Wish Upon the Pleiades was only with girls?
Subarus are fucking reliable.
Yes.
They really are.
That's fine. You could get a Honda instead and avoid the stigma.
Oh, fuck Hondas. I hate Hondas because people who drive them are assholes.
Oh,
Except for my boyfriend who has a Honda.
I mean, the statement
Don't
still
drive a Honda.
stands.
Don't-
Just kidding.
The statement
Don't drive a Honda in Toronto. Apparently, it'll get
Love
stolen.
you, Andrew.
But what the fuck was
Meg
I saying?
McClain.
Yeah, no, I'm very glad they did not give her like the stereotypical butchy voice.
Yes,
Just because,
yes.
because it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
There is a stereotypical lesbian voice. Just like I hate the stereotypical fat people voice.
Yep.
It's more tomboy. Not butch, but tomboy,
Yes.
which works perfectly.
Yes.
And
here.
That works.
because she definitely sounds a lot less girly than all of the other girls in the show.
Yeah.
Which is useful because there are times where if I wasn't looking at the screen, it was a little difficult to tell which character was speaking. But except for May, I don't think I have a hard time telling which one was her because, like you said, she had more of the tomboy voice, and not just the pitch, but also the way that she said the words. Meg's actual delivery was not. It wasn't cowgirl. It wasn't clueless, and it wasn't the sing-songy way that Macy Ann was doing. It was unique. It was unique. I'm losing words here. Sorry.
Words
Yeah,
are
no,
hard.
it's getting to the normal adult witching hours, which for me means I'm wide awake.
Oh, perfect.
Well, it means it's almost bedtime for me.
But like, of all the characters, of all the performances that I actually think did kind of fade into the background, and it's by no fault of its own. It's just because he shows up halfway through, and his only character trait is being in love with Akane.
Oh, Terrafune.
Justin Briner, he got a pay. Yeah, Justin Briner, you got a paycheck. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This
feel
this
kinda
poor
bad.
boy.
But he didn't sound Deku to me, so for that I was grateful.
Oh yeah, no, he sounded a lot more like some of the other shows I've watched him in. Like, it sounded a little bit more brattier than his performance in Stranger of the Shore. Like
Oh,
that.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, because he just wants Akari because he saw her first.
Yeah. I mean, like, Terrafune was there. He showed up. We don't know why he was there, except to just...
He was there because he was May's
husband.
fake husband.
Yeah.
May's husband, and I guess he's also.
And they
friends
kind
with
of
Yumi.
look alike, which is weird.
I mean, a lot of...
Did they find the two fucking gingers in school and said, you know what would be funny?
Their pairings have, like, little to no meaning.
Reason.
So it's like they spun the randomizer, except... They didn't. I don't
What?
know. I can't...
Yeah, I would like to think that they had, like, some kids that they fucking hated and they made them miserable.
I mean, like, I think that's what they
Because-
thought for Jiro and Akari, like, TBH, but...
And then, surprise, Surprise, your plan backfired.
Surprise,
Blue
bitch.
cheese. Can I be the only one who's disappointed that they only kissed once and it was in the beginning, like the very first episode? I mean, it was nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they even kissed at all, because going into this, I was like, the trope, the thing to expect in the show is that they are not going to resolve anything, they are not even going to kiss each other, and they're just going to play games with each other for the whole 12-episode show. So the fact that we got at least
bitch.
one kiss, it's like,
Surprise,
ha,
bitch.
little
She already
nugget.
got more play than Akari
Morsel.
did. I was shocked
She
by
already,
that.
Shiori's second kiss was fucking smoking.
I know.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
I've seen that hentai in the nurse's office. I was
God
surprised
damn
when
it.
it showed up.
Oh yeah, God, skankies, quickies make me sick. Or, like I think Corey's delivery of turbo skanks.
Oh my
I think
God.
I think that's what Corey that Natsume does. She's like, turbo skanks banging in the nurse's office. I guess I'll leave you alone.
Oh yeah. I remember that
oh
now.
God.
Like, even she's like, yep, I've seen this fucking hentai before.
It's so funny.
Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love so many things about this. I know it's kind of tropey and very repetitive plot-wise, but I mean,
I think
I
it's
loved
great.
it. I guess we can start to wrap
Yeah,
up.
The last thing that it's very telling we haven't mentioned him at all, because it's just how much he stands out. The character, not the actor. We haven't talked about Tenjin at all in this performance.
Yeah, because he's basically
He's not
basically
really
500
existent.
existing.
Who's
Yeah, and his
Tenjin?
Mean to me.
Tenjin's basically your Ikari's 500 Days of Summer.
The whole reason that she's trying to do well in this assignment is to get with
Oh, Minami.
Tuxedo Mask over here.
Mean to me.
Yeah.
Tenjin Minami.
Because he's non-existent in this show.
Mm-hmm.
He's not.
Basically, like, but like
When
even
fucking,
then,
when
I will
fucking
say I give really big compliments to Lindsay in the scene where he rejects her.
Yeah.
And I genuinely do like the show's approach to, like, hey, I'm not in love with you, but it doesn't mean your life is over, because the person you will really love and will love you for who you are is out there still.
No, yeah.
And that person is Jiro.
Hell yeah. Let's go. No, like, it says a lot when your key art has the person you would think it would be a fucking romantic, like, clusterfuck is not really there. For
I also would
majority
like
of
to
the
point out,
show.
I would also like to point out that, like, in terms of the show, I do genuinely like that, at its core, like, yeah, there are some times that, like, early on where they kind of call, like, Tenjin, like, an A-grade, like, Chad and stuff, and, like, try to pull that shit. But, like, as the show went on, did anybody else feel they've, like, really kind of, like, abandoned that for both the guys and the girls?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, like, and that's one of the things I genuinely enjoyed, especially, like, one of my actual other favorite scenes in this is when all the girls are in the bath and they talk about, like, what it really means to, like, be married. And, like, they talk about, like, it's wanting to see, like, the soul of the person on the inside. But one of the other, like, actually really thoughtful moments in the show, and I give a lot of praise to the actors for our trio, as well as Macy's writing, is when they talk about, how you can basically game the system by getting multiple partners, but you all keep the same points, and how it's supposed to prepare you for dating, like, hey, it's like dating, you're never gonna, like, find the first person on the first time.
Right.
But Akari brings up that, whoa, you just can't keep trading off who you're exactly married to, though.
Yeah. No, I remember that, and I was like, that's a very poignant moment. Like,
For a show with a setup like this, you wouldn't think you would have that.
No.
right, and especially from like what you would find as the stereotypical Gauru girl of all things. And again, I joke that Akari is the dog chasing her tail, catches it, and doesn't know what the fuck to do. But at the same time, Akari is the girl who, while she has this confidence to her, she also has her own set of morals, in a way, and what she wants for herself.
For a
Which
second,
is
I thought you were
very interesting.
I thought you were going to start referencing the show Super Gals, which has, like, your ironclad rules for gals, which are constantly changing
Oh my
throughout
God.
the show.
No.
I love
No.
that show.
No, but No, like she knows what she knows who she is and she's confident about it. Yes. But she also would like to have the sweet romantic experiences. Like she wants to find and have that partner who's going to love her for her. And it I think that kind of leads to her lack of experience with this kind of stuff, which makes Akari's character much more endearing in the long run.
Yeah, and I'd also like to compliment this, and I guess Gigi, you kind of wanted us to start wrapping up.
If you want to, if you guys want to talk some more, definitely.
Oh no, I kind of had something like in final thoughts, but I didn't know. It's up to you. Well, I also want to let Noah talk because he's been quiet.
Because I didn't like the show as much as you guys did, and I didn't want to step on your toes as much.
That is what discourse is for, and why I have the key to your cage and your chastity belt that you're not getting back until you actually get the balls to say what you thought of this.
Because okay, so as the guy in this group, as the person who is, this show is clearly directed for the hetero male, with all of the shots and all of the panty shots.
100%.
So that part there is like, when I see that, I get the sense that it's harder to take the emotional high points seriously because you've slathered the whole show with more titillating, juvenile material than the emotional high points of people coming to terms with their emotions and revealing themselves to other people. So it's really hard to balance those two out, you know? It's like a really good steak that's got whipped cream on top of it. I prefer the steak without the whipped cream, you know?
Or like a steak that you wanted cooked medium, but now it's cooked like rare.
It's got the stuff around it. This is a weird mix of stuff, you know? It's a weird mix of the sci-fi almost element, or social experiment elements of making people do this class assignment because Japan's population is dwindling, mixed in with the nerdy virgin character who is entirely unaware of what to do, but surprise, the Garo girl doesn't know what to do either. Like, I think there's a good premise in this, and maybe refined to be less catered to the otaku market. I'm not sure if that would work, if it would sell as well. But yeah, I didn't really buy into the emotional moments. The parts where everyone was talking about how I enjoyed the part where she was crying on her cell phone during the fireworks scene, or the breakdown when Akari confessed her feelings. I was like, if that moment maybe had happened earlier in the show, or it was better balanced between the wackier sitcom situations, I think it would have hit a little bit more. And the key part of all this, not the chastity belt key part, but the part that really didn't stick with me is that I've gone through actual marriage courses before. Me and Jen have gone to like couples retreats before. You know, we've done things that are supposed to bring us together, are supposed to allow us to feel comfortable expressing ourselves. And in those situations, there is like a mentor or someone older who is supposed to be guiding you. Where was that in this show? Who is?
Yeah, I can understand that.
That is 100% understandable.
That's why I said at the beginning, I was like, "There's a point system. It's like, whose lane is it anyway? Where somebody's gonna win and the points don't matter. Like, who's gonna tell you what to do?"
I definitely agree with Noah though. Like, if this show had like I don't mind there being like some fan service, and there are times where I was like, I kind of wish you would stop show,
right?
But like I 100% get that, and I know other actually male people, like people who identify as male, who also didn't really jive with the show, and like I understand that. I think for me the reason that it works, at least for my level, where I was like, I had really low expectations for this. Like I had subterranean expectations for this to like actually entertain me.
Same.
So maybe I'm liking it more because I like the dub a lot. I think the dub is a lot of fun.
That is.
I don't know if I would like the show as much if this cast was on there, if this was a subtitled only show. I don't think I would go out of my way to watch it without the dub.
Right.
But I think for me, the thing that I think for me that works about the show, and this comes from an interview between the authors of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You and Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Okay.
And everybody a majority of people really like Kaguya-sama Love is War as a rom-com. And I know a lot of people who really like 100 Girlfriends as a rom-com, and eventually that episode will come out at some point because that's dubbed. But 100 Girlfriends is another one of those, like, Shinzo Abe, like, we keep bringing up Shinzo Abe, but it's another one of those rom-coms that have, harem rom-coms that have such an absurdly dumb premise that you're like, why was this made? Who was this made for? Like, who came up with this fucking idea? And I'll have been on record for saying this, and I know this is going to be a controversial take for some people in here. I think the author of Kaguya-sama, Akasaka, can write a really good rom-com. That man cannot write a fucking drama. Like, he can write a rom-com and have romance drama. The man cannot write an actual factual drama, in my opinion. I've heard some people say the same thing about Jun Maeda. Jun Maeda has a lot of other problems. Yeah. But, one of the things that, was asked of them, and this was answered by Akasaka in this interview, was Kaguya-sama and 100 Girlfriends are very gag-centrist, but they still have romantic stories. Are you careful to avoid having the male leads come off as unpleasant? And Akasaka replied with, yes, absolutely. I never want him to be unlikable. It doesn't matter how cute the female lead is, if people hate the male lead, it's all over. Or no matter how likable he may be, it only takes one moment for it to all come crashing down.
Oh, wow.
I think it's critical to build him up to make sure he doesn't fall apart. And I think a lot of the enjoyment of this anime for me, and why I kind of want Jiro to get with Akari, is because for as much as Jiro does a lot of, like, the nerdy otaku stereotypes, like, I would 100% believe it's not because he hates all women and, like, buys into, like, that 2D is better than 3D crap that, like, Sadu is going on about.
Oh, yeah, they addressed that at the very, very beginning of the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think that Jiro is a good dude. Like, he openly admits that he has some very stereotypical views of Akari. And he does, like, yeah, I am like a lot of other guys who, yeah, I would love to be your girlfriend because you're hot. Like, boyfriend because you're hot.
Yeah.
But it's clear that he genuinely does care about Akari, and that he does try to be a better boyfriend, like a better husband to her. Not only for the sake of the practical exam, but for her own feelings, because they're too stupid to realize at this point that they don't love the other person anymore. They love the other people, and that this weird absurdist situation has brought them together unexpectedly. Like, obviously, I think there's a lot of, like, logical flaws in this that you just kind of have to, like, shut up about it.
Sure.
Like, obviously, like, what about, like, LGBT students? What about, like, LGBTQA students? What about students who don't want to do this?
Yeah, ASEC.
Is this ethical? Ace, like, no, I just said ace students. But I think overall, the show's two main leads, no matter how tropey that they can be, are still endearing enough to get me through the show. And I think a lot of the direction, the performance, and a lot of the writing helped me with that. So, like, I don't think I would genuinely own this show because, like, I like to own a lot of physical media, and maybe I'll come back to it one day. Like, I definitely want to pick up the manga because I want to see where the manga goes.
Yeah.
And I would love a second season of this, but, like, I'll say it, we're kind of starved for a lot of good rom-coms lately.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Like, we're starved for a lot of really good rom-coms, and, like, a lot of them, unfortunately, which is, like, I really like female-led isekai. I really do. I am just very tired of them all being the villainous stories.
Yeah.
Like, because back in the day, we had isekai like Fushigi Yugi and 12 Kingdoms
Escaflowne
and Ray Earth and Escaflowne, where there was, like, variety in the genre. Now it's do I want male isekai slave time, or do I want female isekai villainous time?
I've got the answer for you. I've got the solution to all of this. A good romance show, isekai adjacent, led by a strong, good female lead. Spice and Wolf coming up this season.
God damn it.
Hard
Next
pass.
season, damn it.
What? Gigi, no,
I'll get back. No, I will get back to you on like a Spice and Wolves Classics episode because I've never finished it.
I've seen all of it. Even me.
No, I'm okay. How do you not like Spice and
It's
Wolves?
boring.
Is it because she doesn't speak like a gal girl?
It's boring. I was so
If she spoke like Clueless throughout the show, would that help?
No, because all they're talking about is like economics and her riding in a cart and some apples, and I was bored.
But their dialogue is so great because they're talking back and forth about how you could grab the hand of happiness and you've let it slip through your fingers, or they're breaking their emotions.
No,
to each
you
other.
lost-
This is where we differ, because this is the kind of dialogue you like, and I like Ben Belmaceda doing a goofy voice.
The goofy
And
laugh.
different words
Noah,
for brosif and dangly bits. Like, this is what I like.
Noah, my sweet summer child, you
Put some
lost
respect
Gigi
on my
at
girl's name.
economics. I think you're gonna lose this fight.
I agree with what you're saying, Megan, because we are starved. Like, when I went looking for stuff for this episode, I was like, okay, I gotta find something shoujo trashy. Well, yeah, I can go back to the mid 2000s and the 2010s, but coming out now, there's nothing really that fits that genre anymore. It's
Rumbling
all
hearts.
seinen. It's all seinen.
Yeah.
And even then, like, I think it really sucks that like I'm not gonna like. I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with Crunchyroll dub show selections, and I am one of them. And I understand that, but like, at least this winter season, like, do you know how excited I am that they're dubbing a cute romance show called A Sign of Affection?
I'm so excited for that.
I'm excited for that.
And then
Mochi
there's
House.
also going to be like, yeah, Demon Prince of a Mochi House, and there's also like another show that's kind of like this called Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable, another Garu girl show. But even then, there have been some like really good romantic like comedy stuff like that got skipped over for a dub. I know there's like the My Dating Story, I Was Experienced, You Were Not, but like over at like Sentai, they have just like crushed the shoujo trash river. Like they have damned that bitch up.
Bibliophile Princess.
And, like,
there's none of that. Everything
like no Endo and Kobayashi didn't get a dub, which is like about two people playing a visual novel, and like the prince can hear the two people playing's every thought.
Oh my god, that sounds so
like,
good. I've never even heard of that.
Or like there was also other really good like romance shows they had, like Insomniacs After School.
Yeah, that's what I really want to watch so bad.
And Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. But nope, we can dub the titty shows, like the creepy titty shows, and like Farm Sakai.
I mean, if that's the choice they're gonna make for money, or whatever choices they're gonna make, that's the choice the company's gonna make. I'm so starved for shoujo trash, and like, I don't know, like I was watching this, and I know there's the big meme thing with the whipped cream, which is fucking hysterical. It is funny. It is very raunchy, and it is very like not something that I would normally think was funny. But then, you know, it came down to like, we were arguing over crap to watch the other day, and I was like, well, let's watch my favorite movie of all time. And Chris is like, well, what the hell is that? And I said, Billy Madison. And he said, how the hell do you like Billy Madison? That's your favorite movie of all time, and you won't watch fucking Talladega Nights because you think Will Ferrell's not funny. And I said, well, Will Ferrell's not funny.
He's not funny.
But Adam Sandler is funny. Adam Sandler, who does the same joke in every fucking movie he's in. I'm like, well, yeah, I grew up with Adam Sandler. That's who I think is funny. And this show, I think
they both make good and bad movies.
This show, I think that it appeals to me so much is it has a really oddly placed nostalgia factor for me due to the way that the dialogue is written and the way that Akari speaks, that she's just like me.
Ken.
If she wasn't just like me, I don't know if I would have liked it as much. It might have gone through the Rent-A-Girlfriend route, which I freaking hated if the writing was bad.
Oh no, this show is way too self-aware to be as bad as Rent-A-Girlfriend.
There's no cute girls in Rent-A-Girlfriend. Like, I don't...
Okay, the girls in Rent-A-Girlfriend have Hank Hill ass.
Oh, okay.
They're not cute. Like, no, there's none of them have personality. But the reason that I got into this was because I watched like fucking marathon all of the quintessential quintuplets in like 4 days, and that includes both seasons in the movie. And I'm like, this is what I want. I want more of this. Like, but I'm not getting it. So I guess I better go to something else. Like Horimiya, also a pretty good romance. It's not meant for like the shoujo or the josei genre. Like, so I have to, in order to get a romance story that has some kind of feeling behind it that I can resonate with, I've got to switch gears and buy the men's magazines in order to get what I want. So if I have to fast forward past some panty shots, I'll do it. Or if I'll watch them, I'll be like, okay, there it is. Let's move on. I was like, wow, that outfit's cute. Wow, that outfit's not there. I was like, oh,
there were some cute outfits in this show.
I want to
like,
cosplay that school uniform real bad. Like, it is what it is. And so that being said, like, I think, and like Chris did, I don't think he liked it at all. I think there's something like, if you don't get the emotional impact behind a rom-com like this, like you're not, and if you don't think the jokes are funny, and if the fan service isn't to your specific taste, you're not going to like it, which is what I said at the beginning, which is like, if you like things that are completely literal to the Japanese language or the subtitle translation, you will not like this dub.
Can I just say something?
Please.
Kind of going back to Megan's point about like the lack of like rom-com dubs and things like that. The first thing that popped into my head, which I find very fascinating, y'all know about the whole the new Mean Girls. Right?
Oh, with the musical.
I got a story. I got a quick story for that. So Jen and her mom were going to go see that movie the other day because they really like the original movie. And I asked her, "Oh, honey, I'm kind of surprised you want to go see a musical." And she stopped and she was like, "Wait, what? It's a musical?" And I was like, "Oh, you didn't know?"
So for those of you at home, so they just released in theaters a new version of Mean Girls, but this one is based on the Broadway version of the show that was with that one being based on the movie. So the marketing on this new Mean Girls was fucking weird and very bad. The first trailer, because again, this version is based on the Broadway show, no singing. None of the actual music. And I follow theater nerd. Hi. I do follow some theater influencers and TikTokers, right? And one of them had a very interesting and good point, which could kind of also equate, I guess, to an extent, the lack of like dubs for like romantic comedies and things like that. Where it seems like there are some companies that don't trust that the audience is there for it.
But
no,
Steph, we've been doing this for 8 years.
I know.
We've proven time and time again, we've had rants upon rants upon rants, that the audience is there. Now there's a new group of YouTubers who are like super into shoujo josei, who are very popular, who are more popular than like I'll ever be or will ever be probably as a podcast. And, you know, people are saying, you know, go to Viz Media, say reprint Red River. And I'm like, man, they should really make an anime out of Red River. Red River is fucking fantastic. But like,
oh yeah, no, like I ran to Viz Media and was like, hello, can you re-release From Far Away, which is another really good surprise.
It's just like we're here. Like the audience is here, and now it's more vocal than ever. And it's but
the point I'm trying to make is the fact that the audience is there, but there are some companies their higher ups or executives that don't think that audience is there, or they don't trust that audience is there, and it kind of ends up being a slap to the face.
which is obnoxious. I know that video is controversial, but like, there was a YouTuber who was named Neuralities, and like a bunch of people like got upset because she was like, hey, ReZero isn't good, and there's a lot of really uncomfortable shots in a lot of anime that are sexualizing towards women, and like they don't always need to be there. And then people found out she wrote like Bakugo yaoi, and of course we're like, oh well, you do this to my hero and he's a minor, and blah, blah, and like ran her off. To which, God, I need to talk about that double standard, but that's for another episode.
But no, I just found it fascinating, like the conversation that you were having and talking about that, and that was the first thing that immediately came to my mind, and I just wanted to like bring that up and mention it. It's
I'm trying to mention to the fact that like that Gigi was talking about. It's like now all these people suddenly want like shoujo and josei stuff. it reminds me of this chart in her video, and it was like, a shoujo adaptation doesn't do well. It doesn't have a budget. Fans think it's cheap. Fans don't watch it. There's no shoujo anime made. And it's this vicious cycle that keeps happening. But, like, I think in that sense that, like, especially for the girls, and I know, sorry, Noah, like, you're just kind of having to sit there and, like, be like, I have a dick.
Wait, let me check.
I'll give you the key. You can check now.
No, it's still there.
Okay.
Still there, we're good.
But, like, how many times, like, we can go, like, it's kind of a weird thing where, like, women, like, female fans, like, LGBTQA fans, and, like, people who identify female or, like, non-binary are so willing to wade through the swamps and, like, Indiana Jones to find our, like, Temple of Gold and stuff to get things. And then there are not all men, I have to say, not all men in this case.
Yes, not all of them.
All men. But there are some guy fans who see them not getting catered to, and to invoke everybody's favorite yellow cult of the sponge, the episode when they build the fire underground and Patrick eats all the chocolate, and he's like, well, what am I gonna do? Now I'm gonna starve.
This is more.
And he's got the chocolate on his face.
This is more the toxic.
Yeah, this is
side
more
of the
toxic
fandom.
thing. And he's got like the chocolate on his face, and he's like, all like he clearly just ate something good.
Right.
But like, I think it like I don't want to like have like this huge diatribe thing again for this, but like I genuinely enjoyed this dub, and I thought it was
me
good, and I think you
too.
should check it out.
Same. Sorry, I know.
Also,
I know
Noah-
this turned into a tangent, but when you were talking about it, I'm like, this immediately thought it made me think of this, and I was just like, it's kind of similar. And as a fan of like theater, it ends up being a very you see the same issue no matter kind of like what fandom. Weirdly enough, like it's obnoxious, but it's also very fascinating. You know what I mean?
It's very telling in what Gigi mentioned about how a lot of the trashy shoujo stuff that she wants is not coming out of shoujo stuff anymore. It's coming out of seinen stuff.
Yeah.
And that lets me know that they don't think that they should market it as shoujo anymore. It's the exact same kind of content, but they think they should market it in a completely different field to, I wouldn't want to say trick people into watching it, but more like we need to cater it into for the guys, and we're gonna sandwich in the romantic stuff that's not being produced in any other material, because that's the only place that it's going to get funding anymore.
It's like a ghost kitchen on DoorDash.
It is. Oh my god.
It is. It totally is.
You don't.
Also, Noah, I would like to remind you that like we love you and we love having you on here. When I think you said something in the chats like, man, why can't I go out with my bitches and like say that, like girls night with my bitches? Just remember, man, I feel like a woman is
Yeah.
Let's go girls man, I feel like a woman, right?
Woman.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Yeah.
If you vibe with that song, you are one of the girlies.
Yeah, as someone who had mostly girlfriends in middle and high school, I get it. Okay.
Oh, no wonder. He definitely vibes. It's great.
It's a vibe. It's all a vibe.
It's a vibe. As someone who mostly had guy friends in high school, I feel that.
And for the record, Megan, that question about is it misogynistic to call your girlfriends bitches and hoes wasn't a do I have permission to do this? It was is the show itself or the dub misogynistic for having the characters refer to their female friends as bitches and hoes?
I would say no, because it's clearly in a loving way. There's a difference between like two girls calling themselves a friendly way. Like, I don't know. It's like at least nobody was calling them females.
Oh, God,
like
I hate
guys
that.
who call women
Listen,
females give me the fucking
Listen,
ick.
You're
listen.
that
I
woman for the show.
refer to Megan and Gigi a good portion of the time as my bitches. It's
Yep,
fine.
My hoes. I'm telling you, Macy
My
Ann has tapped into my phone records and has just copied the way in which I speak.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches, hoes, we all here for it.
Fam, let's go.
But that being said, does anybody else have any final thoughts they want to mention, or should
if you like,
should we bring out the box wine?
This show was better than I expected. This dub is phenomenal. Like Gigi said, if you like the straight and narrow, like one-for-one adaptation of a Japanese property, you're not going to get it here. The writing just sent me into orbit. A lot of the performances sent me into orbit, but it also was very sweet and very endearing. I liked it more than I thought I was going to. Thank you, Gigi, for making me watch this show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, same. I think I've kind of said my final thoughts. Like, I like the dub. I probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to, like, watch the show in English.
Same.
I mean, in anything other than English. So, I generally enjoyed it. I thought I had a good time with it. I really want Akari and,
Jiro?
Jiro to get together.
Oh, hell yeah, endgame. Let it be endgame.
And, just remember that, I'm in control next year.
Oh, fuck, you are.
Oh, goody! Clap, 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 clap.
Mr. Clue.
The existence of this show, it was an inevitability. Obviously, someone was going to make this premise because
Japan.
that's had to be made, and Japan's population problem. So I don't hold it any malice, and all of the fan service in it. You know what? It is what it is. There's hormones that have to be tapped into. It's not like anime invented breasts. Okay, those have been around for quite a while. I think I'm pretty sure they've been around for a while. So
Anime invented boobs like Persona 5 invented jazz and Shibuya.
yeah, exactly. Yep, didn't exist until Persona. That's right. So I'm actually going to mirror what Megan said, in that I would not have watched this probably, or at least would not have enjoyed it nearly as much in just the Japanese. I actually, in preparation for this episode, watched a lot of the Japanese lines to compare them with the English, which, yes, it would really help if we had a closed captioning option on the version I watched. I watched it on the mobile version, so if you're telling me that's available on Switch, I know where I'm watching my anime going forward. But the point I'm trying to get at is that the adaptive writing on this makes the material so much more fun. And to be fair, although the emotional moments did not hit for me just because of the way that the show was originally written, the acting absolutely lives up to the melodrama that the show is trying to convey. The tears, the heartache, the insecurities that all high schoolers have. It's not just a Japanese thing, it is a universal thing. There are teenagers in other planets around the world that are experiencing this exact same thing that show tries to tap into. So although I didn't get a lot out of it on the emotional level, and I'm hearing that Chris also did not exactly enjoy this either, I wouldn't call this a bad show at all. It is by far not the worst thing that we have covered for a Dub Talk Valentine's Day episode. This is nowhere
Yeah,
near
no,
close
I
to
made you all
Amnesia.
fucking watch Nakaimo.
You know what? I would still rather watch Nakaimo than Amnesia again, because at least nobody in Nakaimo went into a cage.
Listen,
You know what?
Amnesia is an experience, and a phenomenal one at that. Fuck you, fight me.
Everyone needs to have
Absolutely
it.
not. I would rather get a lobotomy.
Then watch Amnesia again?
Yep, not doing it
That's
again.
all
I'm
right.
disappointed.
I'll wait for the Collar X Malice movies to come out for that Otome game, and then maybe I'll see you
Oh my
all in
God.
4 years with that dub. Oh wait, they probably won't dub it. It doesn't matter.
Gigi, I got you. I'm here for the Amnesia party. We should rewatch it like right now.
Oh my
Let's go.
God, I'm down. I'll call you
No,
up this
it was
weekend.
a
We'll
gr-
go on
God.
Discord.
Oh,
It was a
hell
great
yeah.
bonding experience. I'll give it that. It was a good bonding experience for everyone.
Bondage experience.
Yeah, it was.
And
It
by
was.
bonding-
I love shared trauma.
And by bonding, I mean whips and chains.
Whips,
Don't break my
chains,
bones.
handcuffs. That's the way I like it. Oh, anyway, we didn't need to hear me doing a horrible rap impression. So
God.
Do they rap in Clueless?
yes.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh my God.
Oh,
you
should
should
do that
probably
then.
watch it. Watch Clueless. Yes.
So fetch.
No, that's Mean Girls. Noah, you were right. This is kind of like a dystopian novel gone wrong. I used to read a lot of those, and I'm pretty sure I kind of read this one.
1984.
No, more like
No,
in
no, I mean, like-
2006.
No, like after
1984.
Hunger Games came out.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh,
like
the Hunger Games came
like
out,
a-
and then there were so many weirdo, just
The Maze Runner, Divergent.
the Selection,
Yep.
Yeah.
Caged, Hatched, that whole series. I think Matched was probably the closest, as we'll get to this.
I honestly thought I'm sorry, just last thing. In watching the first episode of this, I thought This is that Black Mirror episode, isn't it? They're gonna pan out to reveal this is
This is a fucking Black Mirror episode.
It is. It's that episode where they have people live together for a set amount of time, and it's supposed to be a simulation to figure out, are you compatible with someone in the real world? I'm like, this is just that in cartoon form, isn't it?
Oh my god, that episode freaked me out. It freaked me out.
But
I found this when I was like really needing some romance in my life. I'm way happier and way excited that I found it. I'm kind of glad that it flew under the radar, so now I can introduce it to more people and be like, oh, Gigi told me to watch that. And then I found out it had a viral meme, and I was like, okay, well, you can have your viral meme. It's fine, but you got to watch the rest of it, not just the whipped cream part where it's whipped creamy and delicious, I guess. I really liked it. I really like the characters. I like the character designs. Trying to find merch for this is hell. Don't even try. You won't find much. I really liked the heart behind this story. I pray that it will get a season 2. I mean, it probably won't, but anything's possible these days. And I hope the manga comes over here quickly so I can find out what happens besides some spoilers I read on Reddit. But it has a lot of heart and it has a lot of horny, and it's I don't know, like the two of them together are just something that I really thought was hysterical and, you know, made me cry. Episode 3 I cried, episode 7 I cried, the last 2 episodes I cried the whole way through because I love you, Macy Ann, with your performance of Shiori, but goddamn I hate Shiori. Just flip her away.
Stop getting in my way.
Like, and I just really think if you like dub adaptations, the writing on this is hysterical. Pick your favorite meme. It's probably in here. At one point, Chris thought he heard a Borat reference, and we had to play it back 3 times. And I was like, "That's not that. I've never seen Borat." So he showed me the clip. I'm like, "That doesn't sound like the clip." But
it's nice.
He's like, my wife. That was my wife.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
definitely a Borat reference.
I don't want to get your hopes up about there being a second season for this, but I will point out that the same studio's previous long-running thing they were working on was Aure Ferreira, which did have 2 seasons. So
never say never.
Oh man, if we're talking, oh god, please do not bring that up in this household. I think I just almost had to go make more chickens.
Well, the manga's still ongoing, so there's plenty of material left to adapt. So
and this only came out in
Noah,
2002.
you are earning your way into the Neon Koi episode.
I liked
Why
Neon
did I
Koi.
God.
What?
I know.
Of course you
No,
do.
we have not done
I've
Neon Koi,
watched
and I'm
it.
saving.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's
I liked
terrible.
it. I thought it was cute. Had kitties in it.
Gigi,
Why
you
are we
never
friends?
I
never
don't
cease
even
to
know what
amaze
that
me.
is.
Kidding.
Now I'm looking it up. I'm probably gonna regret
I hated that show. I'm sorry. I'm actually threatening Andrew and the Grimgar group with that as a fun as an experiment because they won't let.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to watch this show that we all kind of liked, you can go ahead and watch it. Stream it on Crunchyroll. It is there in subtitled and dubbed, or it did come out on Blu-ray from Crunchyroll. You can buy it. Have a good time with it. See if you like it or not. And if you liked listening to us, we're the Dub Talk Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, a bunch of other platforms. We're here to talk about dubs and, you know, other stuff every 2 weeks. And because of viewers like you, we can come out with these wonderful, wonderful Cage episodes, especially to members of our Patreon. We have in the $5 tier, we have Just J2, Megan's Mom and Dad, Michelle Travis, and Victor Maybarata. And in our $10 tier, we have Anthony Brown, Carly Lesticow, Kim Wasup, Marissa Lenti, and Otaku Anthony. Thank you for supporting all that we do and showing us your love on this Valentine's Day.
Guys.
I shouldn't be laughing at the Ko-fi section, but when you said viewer like you, I thought of
Yeah.
PBS, and I was like,
That's-
all right, yeah, the cube. What? The cage. The cage is the pubic broadcast system.
I'm too tired for this now. I need to go to
Why did I called it the cube, and like I've went the entire recording without making a reference to my Lord and Savior, and I'm not gonna break it now.
Oh, Christ.
I'll explain
All right.
afterwards.
Okay.
Well, come and
Too many cubes.
support us on Patreon if you want to. We're Dub Talk Podcast over there. You can also download us on things like SoundCloud or Spotify or wherever your favorite podcasts live, or check us out on YouTube, which is where we mostly live. Everybody plug yourselves in Valentine's fashion. You have to rhyme your outros.
Oh God!
I'll
Don't
go
tell me
first.
that. I'm too tired.
Before
okay.
we go, also thank you to Gabriel Pulicelli Ponpoco in the distance, who did our theme song. They are great. You can follow them at Gab R. Puccinelli on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as Ponpoco in the distance.com. Anyway, hello, my name is Megan. I am very loud. I can't rhyme. Follow my Twitter at Queenera2. Boobies.
That was a nice haiku. Somebody count those syllables. Not haiku, but haiku.
Haiku. God damn it. Oh, I'm too tired.
Mr. Clue, you do you.
No, I know. I'm trying to write this out in a haiku form. Okay. Noah Clue is here. Find me on twitter.com for pics of cute dogs.
I was about to say, do not say feet pics.
I thought he
What
was
is-
leaning
why
towards
would you-
that. I thought he was leaning towards that too. Oh my God.
Only.
Did you just ask?
Why?
Noah, did you just ask what was wrong with me? How long have you known me?
That's a good point. What's wrong with me? That's the bigger question. Why didn't I instantly?
Apparently a lot
Why
of
am I even
things.
surprised anymore? Yeah, Twitter. Post pictures there. Discussions of cartoons from around the world, because there are other countries aside from Japan making cute rom-coms. I think. Actually, no. I'm trying to think. Is there like modern rom-coms? Not rom-coms. No, not really. Sorry. It's mostly just Japan. But there's a lot of good stuff in other countries too. Yeah, check them out.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt a haiku as well, because I'm not even gonna try and fucking rhyme. Stephanie is here. Her jaw really fucking hurts.
That's 8 syllables. Fail.
That's 7! Fuck you!
Wait.
I
Okay.
really want sleep. There we go. I made my haiku of the night. Side note, I had a dentist appointment today, so my jaw really hurts. But anyway, you can follow me on. It sucked. You can follow me on Twitter, and TikTok, both under Lilac Anime Review. Review being spelled REVUE, where Twitter I haven't done as much stuff, but TikTok I post random videos about any shows I go see on Broadway, my cat. I haven't been posting a lot because these last several months have been a fucking nightmare and a mess. I think this is the first Dub Talk I've recorded in the new year. Not only that, but like in a while. The end of 2023 was a mess. I do also, speaking of the Dub Talk Twitch that Gigi mentioned, I do tend to stream on Twitch. I haven't in a hot minute, with a lot of things that have been happening, and Andrew and I are planning on moving soon. So hopefully once we get settled into our new apartment, we can kick that back on again. But yeah, come hang out for random shenanigans, I guess.
Wee. And I guess I'll give you my haiku. Ready? I
Yeah.
have Twitter too. It's Anime Palooza. Also YouTube. Yay! 575.
So good. Very
Bitches.
All right, let's wrap this up. I'm going to end this off by singing an ode to this show that we just watched.
Okay.
Jugs and orbs and darts and gourds, Elmer Fuds and bouncing Buddhas, sweater stretchers, lung protectors,
What the
beach
fuck
umbrellas,
is
frost
this?
protectors.
Let him.
Every day
Let
I
him cook.
probably use 99 words for boobs.
Also, Gigi, I figured, as everybody, just say your goodbyes really quick, then I'll say something.
Yeah, thanks
Count
for listening,
episode.
guys.
Alright.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's
Thank you
Day.
for spending part of your Valentine's Day with us. We love you and love your faces.
Make sure you treat your significant other right, or I'm gonna hunt you down and kick your ass.
Make sure to let him know if the chocolate has whiskey in it beforehand.
And here's the keys to the
yes.
cage. Woo!
Yay! Oh, thank God!
I'm
By the way,
cozy,
fifth
though.
base is your butthole.
Cozy though. I like these cushions and things you've done. I kind of want to stay here. Can I stay here a little while
Of
longer?
course, you can have Stockholm Syndrome too.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yay.
it. Happy Valentine's
Hey,
Day
Gigi,
to
I
me.
Hey, Gigi, I think you're old enough to know what fifth base is now.
Okay.
Okay.
It's your butthole.
What's fourth base?
Good night. Happy Valentine's Day.
That's home run.